per excess miles expires 6/30/26.
This is the Doctor in the Dugout with Dr. Alan Beyer, presented by Hoag Orthopedic Institute.
I'm often asked about people who suffer their first back injury. Think they've pulled a muscle in their back and they don't stretch enough as far as their back is concerned. So when do you seek care from a doctor when you've sustained a back injury? At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, we like to tell people that the most important thing is to watch and see if that back pain is radiating down your leg, causing any numbness, causing any weakness, or any bowel or bladder dysfunction. These are surgical problems usually and require a more urgent visit to the emergency room rather than waiting to see the doctor. If none of these signs are present, it's safe to wait it out, rest for a few days, and seek medical care from your doctor within a week or so. Hope that helps. Keep stretching your back. If that doesn't get better in a week or 10 days, that's when it's time to seek the orthopedic specialist. Hope this keeps you on the field, and keep listening. We'll be back soon.
Keep listening for more on the Road to Recovery right here on 710 ESPN.
This summer's biggest football watch party experience is happening at Mercado Gonzalez in Costa Mesa. Catch every Mexico and USA match live, surrounded by non-stop game day energy, passionate fans, drink specials, surprise giveaways, grab fire, asada tacos, slow braised quesadilla, fresh ceviches, warm churros, and more while you cheer on your team with the entire Mercado. Mercado Gonzalez, your soccer fan paradise this summer. Join us every Mexico and USA match at Mercado Gonzalez in Costa Mesa, where every match tastes better.
One of LA's best kept secrets in the heart of Los Angeles, East Central Hotel offers effortless accommodations and unparalleled accessibility. The East Central Hotel is for everyone looking for entertainment with their trendy spacious rooms, a renovated gym, and a patio lounge for breakfast, dinner, and drinks. Stop by their incredible Nixo Lounge before your next event at LA Live. Book your stay at eastcentralhotel.com or call 213-748-1291 today at Entertainment's official address.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen for Pella Windows and Doors. Sometimes teams take a timeout to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Pella Windows and Doors always has the winning game plan. They're not just window and door experts. They're experts at taking care of you and your home. At Pella, they find the products that meet your needs and their experts install them. They do it every day, and that's why your neighbors trust them. Discover why Pella is a trusted choice for homeowners everywhere. Visit Pella.com/Eisen today. That's Pella.com/Eisen.
Progressive presents the Passionate Sports Fan Checklist. Signed jersey of your favorite bench warmer? Check. 14 bobbleheads that look nothing like the players they're emulating? Check. Twin TVs so you can watch the game on 2 different networks simultaneously? Check. Life-size wall sticker of your favorite player that routinely freaks you out at night? Check. A second life-size wall sticker so after the first one freaks you out, you see the second and you're like, oh right, the wall stickers. Check and mate. Bundle your renters and auto insurance with Progressive and save on protection for the things on your checklist. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers not available in all states or situations covered subject to policy terms.
Hi, this is Sean McVay of your LA Rams. The Rams play here. KSPN, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A good karma brands radio station.
Oh. Previously on the Sedano and Kap morning show.
Let's go to our breaking news desk. And one, producer Lindsay Baseball. Go ahead, Lindsay.
Yes, according to Shams Charania of ESPN, Lakers star Austin Reaves intends to sign a 4-year, $185 million max contract to return to the franchise with a player option for the final season in 2029-30. Sources tell ESPN Reaves declined his $14.9 million player option for the new max deal.
So there you go. Breaking news on ESPN LA. Powered by Valvoline Instant Oil Change, home with a 15-minute drive-through oil change. Visit SoCalOilChange.com.
So he does sign the max deal, Cappy, but not for the full 5, for 4.
Okay, I had to stop talking about the Kyle Tucker thing and get out my phone and go to my calculator.
The Sedano and Kap morning show is on the air.
And again, this is not a realistic scenario, but if Cappy was like, man, God, I just love doing that show with Trudell today. It's just so much better. It's just easier.
Less stress.
You know what I'm saying? You know? And I'm the guy. I'm the main guy. Yeah. And it's the best. And then somebody's text you, Morales texts you, like, bro, you hear what Cappy said on the show today? Like, that's exactly what happened.
The biggest show in ESPN LA history. George Sedano, Scott Kaplan, the Sedano and Kap morning show.
What'd you say? You can't have a pie without Cool Whip.
A little sabor?
Yeah, I don't think people like being called hacks.
You're the güero on the radio.
Giant Mexican, horn section.
Did you have me on your show to berate me? Is that what you're doing now?
Give me a freaking break.
I'm reacting to Art Bell.
Yeah.
Midnight in the desert. I'm Martell.
Scott Kaplan, eat a fat one, bro.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show on 710 ESPN.
The all-new ESPN LA app and on YouTube at Los Angeles.
We're bigger than U.S. Steel.
Wow, that's crazy.
Well, you want to
Bit Boy.
Right now.
Monstrous. But I don't want to eat that.
We did it, Dad. We did it.
You were riding high on the stinger last time.
Oh, big time.
Right, that's right. Of course we were.
So, Mom Girls, stay tuned.
What are you talking about? I'm just saying it. Cool Whip. You put Cool Whip on pie.
Bing, da, bum. Boom, ding, bum. Ding.
7:02 and 40 seconds. Good morning. The Sedano and Kap Morning Show begins on this Thursday, the 25th of June, 2026. George Sedano, live from the bunker in Miami.
Yes, it is.
Well, Scott Kaplan is live from South.
Yeah.
Producer Lindsay Baseball's here. Gregory Arthur Bergman is back from his medical procedure. Hopefully the hemorrhoids are good. We got Sweet Timmy, Lucas, and Brooke. Now, I'm sure the YouTube chat will be happy that Brooke's back.
Yes,
and
they
all
will
of
be.
that, so much more on a Thursday. We already had breaking news this morning. It's not about the Lakers, but it was a chance for Sedano to go, see, I was right. Why don't you do the story, Sedano?
Are you talking about the Dalton Rushing thing?
No.
No, the Charlotte Hornets moving LaMelo Ball and Josh Green to the Minnesota Timberwolves for Nas
Why would
Reed.
I say, see, I was right?
Oh, I thought that's what you were saying in the text.
A 2033.
No, I was telling Greg about Dalton Rushing.
See,
about
Greg, he was right about Dalton Rushing, too.
I wasn't necessarily right, but I do think the Dodgers need an additional catcher. Like, I think they need a veteran guy that they can trust back there to be a receiver. Because Dalton Rushing clearly is not on the same page, particularly with Shohei Ohtani, as you watched that game yesterday.
Last night was
he's blaming himself, saying he's embarrassing, whatever, blah, 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 et cetera, et cetera.
It was a disaster last night. I mean, first of all, he was 0 for 4 from the plate. He had 3 strikeouts. That's the first part of it. And then that one play, Bergie, the one pitch where...
Which one, the first inning or the second inning?
I'd say it was the second inning where Ohtani pitches the ball, and it looks like it should just be a standard catch. And it looked like Rushing's glove was like down low and off to his left, right?
Yeah.
It looked like it should have just been a standard. Nobody would have ever thought about it. And it just looked like his glove was in the wrong position, or maybe the ball moved up. I really couldn't figure out what had happened there, but that's what caused that blow up early.
That was part of it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that caused that blowout. It was the fact that in the first inning that he wanted a ball called to be challenged. Mm-hmm. And Dalton Rushing said, no, I'm not challenging that. And they didn't challenge it. He would have been right. It was on the corner. He would have been right. Then there was another one in the second inning that Shohei dramatically was slapping his head saying, I want this challenged. And he was right again. And where Dalton Rushing was actually sitting back there saying, no, don't challenge this.
Wait, come here.
Yeah. It was.
Hold on, Greg.
Yeah.
Wait a second, whatever.
Mateo has just heard our conversation. What did you just tell me?
Smith back.
Yeah, they do.
That's a good job.
You're right, Mateo.
That's a good job.
You're fully right, Mateo.
Yeah, Mateo.
So, but he won't, Mateo, just so you know, he won't be back until at least they come home from their road trip.
Good job,
and
Mateo.
We don't even know if it's then.
Mateo should do Blue Review tomorrow with you and Marcus Grant.
Does he want to? He's welcome to.
Awesome.
You want to jump on, Mateo?
It's a lot later here in the East Coast. So
that would be unbelievable. If Mateo was a guest analyst on the Blue Review, oh my God, I would love that.
I would love it too. Do you want to do it?
Who was that guy who did the show yesterday? We couldn't figure out his name.
Jeff Spiegel.
Jeff Spiegel was filling in for Blue.
Oh, Spiegel. Come on.
We like Spiegel. Jeff Spiegel's cool.
Yeah, no, he's great.
Speaks.
Yeah. What you call him, Georgie? You call him Speaks? Is that what the guys around the clubhouse call him?
Yeah, of course.
Is that like Yama?
No. At least you're not saying Yamo.
Oh, yeah, Yamo.
Yeah, not Yamo. That's ridiculous. But it's a problem. Look, Shohei Ohtani doesn't have problems with anybody. He apologizes for a foul ball that goes towards the dugout.
He apologizes when he gets hit in the back by a pitcher.
Right. He's like, okay, I'm sorry that someone hit me. Yeah,
right.
That's my fault that you hit me. Yeah.
Right, exactly. Right. I should have moved out of the way better. And so for him to having trouble with Dalton Rushing, that's a problem.
Well, I feel like Dalton Rushing, we were talking earlier this week about Kyle Kuzma, just as an example. And we were saying Kyle Kuzma didn't really understand his role when he was with the Lakers. He kind of thought it was about him, but it really wasn't. And he never really accepted his role. That's the thing about Dalton Rushing. Like, in my opinion, when you're a young player, and he's still young, and you're catching for Shohei Ohtani, and Ohtani tells you to challenge, you don't tell Ohtani no. You say, yes, sir.
Right.
You know what
Whatever
I'm saying?
you want, sir.
Right. Like, Dalton Rushing has to understand who he is on this team, and he's got a lot of – I like his arrogance, you know what I mean? I like his kind of tough
Moxie,
guy sort of –
as Lindsay mentioned yesterday.
Moxie.
Yes,
Good word.
Yes.
Very good word.
Yeah.
But you yield to Ohtani. That's just
well,
all
you saw
there is
Dave
to it.
talk to him in the club, in the dugout afterwards. I mean, did you notice that where he just kind of put his arm around him and was like chit-chatting with him
Doing
for
the
a
Dave
while?
hug. Yeah, the Dave hug.
Dave has magical hugs,
Mhm.
so that's what he's trying to do. But it's not just Dave. It's like Freddie Freeman was sitting there next to him. And if you remember, about a week or two ago, Dalton Rushing had this terrible slide into second base where he went fully outside the base. And Freddie Freeman got to second base, and he was apologizing for it. So this is always what it's been with Dalton Rushing. It's you love the moxie, you love the fire, but when it starts affecting the dugout, the clubhouse, when it starts affecting guys like Shohei Ohtani, who's the best player in the history of the game, then it starts becoming a problem. Because I would not be surprised when his next turn comes around, Dalton Rushing is not back there. If Will Smith is not back, I would expect Chucky Robinson to be back there or somebody else, because this isn't a situation that works together.
Let me tell you something. Chucky Robinson, we're not like deep diving into Chucky Robinson, and he has not had like some decorated career where he's been, an all-star caliber player. But I'll tell you this, if you dig into him just a little bit and you see the baseball family that he comes from, his father was an aspiring professional baseball catcher. He didn't exactly make it. His grandfather also was a guy who was signed by a team and never really, really made it. And Chucky Robinson is the first of his family, and they're all catchers, by the way, to make it to the show. And Chucky Robinson, when he started, this is in 2022, I want to say for the Cincinnati Reds, do you guys realize that he was the first black catcher to start a game in Major League Baseball? This is 2022.
Since Charles Johnson?
No, I think there was somebody in between, but 2018, George. It had been since 2018, so it had been 4 full baseball seasons that Chucky Robinson started as a catcher, and he was the first black catcher to start a baseball game in Major League Baseball in that 4-year period of time. I'll figure out who it was. My point is only this.
I was going to say, if it's Charles Johnson, that you're going back 20 years.
Yeah, it's a long
he was a Dodger,
ways.
by the way, for a little while, Charles Johnson.
Yeah.
I mean, Charles Johnson. Charles Johnson was an excellent catcher. He was one of the best defensive catchers in the game for a decade, basically.
It was a gentleman by the name of Bruce Maxwell who had started a game in 2018, and again, Chucky Robinson was the first black catcher to start a game in Major League Baseball. This is going back in 2022, and he made his Major League debut. So all I'm trying to say about Chucky Robinson is this: he comes from a lineage of catchers. He has battled his way through the Cincinnati Reds, the Chicago White Sox. He was with the Angels. He actually was with the Dodgers in 20. Bergie, do you remember him getting picked up off waivers by the Dodgers last season?
Yeah, he played one game with the Dodgers last season.
Yeah, and then he got he got sent around, and he got picked back up as. My only point is this: let's not give up on Chucky Robinson. Let's give Chucky Robinson.
No, I
his
get
due.
it, but my point is, if Chucky Robinson doesn't work out, this is why when we did the thing, and it was a very hard exercise, Greg, okay? So you did, because you brought up a great point, because it made us really think about what it is the Dodgers need at the deadline, several weeks from now. And, we were splitting hairs on all this stuff. But I kind of made my case about I didn't love Dalton Rushing. Although, while I love the talent, I don't know if I love his maturity, let's just call it, right, back there. And I know they had Chucky Robinson, but it would be nice to have an additional veteran catcher with maybe a little more experience if necessary, okay? I'm not trying to get rid of Chucky Robinson. What I'm just saying is it would be, I think, in the team's best interest to at least explore what those opportunities could be.
No, I think you're absolutely right, too. I mean, Chucky Robinson is a AAA player. He's 31 years old. He's been around for a long time. He's
a Rule 5 guy.
Yeah. He's just like.
Although the Dodgers have had some luck with Rule 5 guys. I mean, Max Muncy was a Rule 5 guy.
They've had some luck, but he's a little bit older. He's a career minor leaguer for the most part. So he's here because Will Smith's on the injured list, and you need somebody to back up Dalton Rushing.
Correct.
But the fact is, Dalton rushing is becoming somewhat of an issue. And here's another, like, if you would just want a little bit of stats, the difference for Shohei Ohtani specifically. Shohei Ohtani with Will Smith behind as his catcher was when he was at his best. 10 games, 5 earned runs, .74 ERA.
Right. He's blown up ever since.
And since then, with Dalton rushing back
he's got like a 5 ERA.
Yeah, so 3 games, 9 earned runs, 4.34 ERA. And what also happened was, after that second inning, when he gave the 3 runs and they were going back and forth and having issues, he called the game himself after that. He said, I'm not listening to you at all. I'm going to be the one to do this now from now on. And that's a problem. So, yes, I think so. Sedano, you're absolutely right. Finding somebody like an Austin Barnes type would be very important for them to bring back.
You know, could you imagine if Puka Nacua started telling Matthew Stafford what to call in the huddle? I mean, that's the equivalent. Dalton rushing, you are the catcher. You're on the receiving end. He is the pitcher. He is going to deliver the ball to you. He is going to decide. And by the way, we're not talking about some little kid. We're talking about really the most amazing baseball player that we have in this generation. And as Bergie, you pointed out, probably the greatest player that we've ever seen in the sport itself. So, hey, Dalton rushing, how about this? How about you follow his lead, not try and force him to follow your lead? And that to me is the biggest issue, is they got to just convince Dalton rushing, you're not that guy. You're a guy, and you're an important guy, but you're not the decision maker.
But also, he's the type of guy that he gets upset. So let's say the Dodgers win, and he goes 0 for 3, like he did last night, 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts and a pop-up. He's upset. He's mad because he didn't play well. So that starts becoming an issue within the clubhouse.
Can I play devil's advocate for 1 second?
Please.
But first, can we do something, though? We got to split the difference here.
Sure.
Can we talk about our friends and your friends at Cadillac and Beverly Hills?
Oh, of course. I'm always happy to talk about our friends at Cadillac of Beverly Hills. As you know, we've teamed up with the finest dealership in America, Cadillac of Beverly Hills. We know Cadillac, but when was the last time you've driven one? Well, I've been incredibly fortunate for basically the last year to drive a number of these beautiful American luxury vehicles you know as a Cadillac. They all drive like a dream, and the technology is literally second to none, okay? This new lineup, though, of Cadillac EVs, sedans, SUVs, define luxury at the top of its game, and you can find them all at Cadillac of Beverly Hills. My favorite is the Lyriq, starting at around $400 a month if you want to lease one. So go in and say hello to Dan and Grant and the incredible team over there at Cadillac of Beverly Hills, and check out that beautiful showroom at 8767 Wilshire Boulevard in Beverly Hills, or you can check them out on the web at CadillacBeverlyHills.com.
Nicely done. Nicely
well done. Well done. So you said you're going to play devil's advocate here on Dalton rushing. Go for it.
Yeah. So Dalton rushing, correct me if I'm wrong, Greg, has been a prized prospect in Major League Baseball for a number of years now.
Top
right?
5 and top 5 for the Dodgers. Yeah.
No question. Okay. So we'll start with that. Then, so he's probably used to being the best player, if not one of the best players on his team. So there is an adjustment mentally that one has to make as a young player when arriving in the show, okay? So there's that part of it. Secondly, because he's a catcher, he's also probably used to having a level of control that he hasn't been able to have here at the major league level, while he's trying to still also have that influence and deferring to the veteran types, even though that can be a bit of a challenge. So what I'm saying is the combination of those two things is a mental exercise that he is not necessarily 100% prepared for, and that's something I think the Dodgers may have made a small miscalculation on. Now, it doesn't mean they can't get him to where they need to get him. I do believe that they probably can get him there eventually. But it's going to take some work, clearly, as we saw yesterday from Dave and Freddie and the veterans. And it's probably going to have to be a collective. And also it's going to take Dalton realizing that this is a little bit of a different situation than he's been accustomed to throughout his years in Major League Baseball and baseball probably in general throughout his entire life.
So I'll buy that. I'll buy some of that.
Totally.
I'm
with you, too. And what he did last night, I think, was hopefully a step forward in that direction. When he talked afterwards, and we do have the sound of it, when he talked afterwards talking about that it was his fault and he was embarrassed. Lindsay, if you can hit that.
Dalton, I know it was a frustrating second inning. When you look at how just you as well as Shohei were able to reset and get back on track, how would you just describe handling that for yourself personally?
Yeah, I thought he did a good job.
I didn't do a great job. Start to finish. It was pretty embarrassing. Thankfully, he's as good as he is, and he could take control of a game. Yeah, it was pretty embarrassing.
You have so much support, though. I mean, to have the conversations, whether I saw Freddie come up to you, Dave Roberts. I mean, I know that, as you said, today may have felt embarrassing, but to have their support in that conversation, what does that just mean to you?
Yeah, it's great. I mean, they always have my back. Once again, it's embarrassing that I need support like that. I'm a grown man. Yeah, it's a pretty tough pill to swallow, both sides of the ball. It was not a great showing, and hasn't been great as of late, and I'm going to be better.
Were you sort of feeling in the moment there where you kind of like...
Okay, we're good.
He's a grown man. I mean, honestly, like he looks like he's 12 years old.
Yeah, but he's wearing a $90 hat, so that's okay.
Yeah, that's a nice melon hat he's got.
Well, listen,
yeah, those are nice hats.
But to Greg's point, okay, after we've already kind of gone into the mindset of what Dalton Rushing has been to this point in his very young baseball career, but he's probably been playing baseball since he was 5 years old. And since he was 5 years old, he's been the best player. And that includes his stints in the minor leagues most likely, okay? And he plays a position of leadership at catcher where his voice probably weighs heavier than most in a clubhouse. So it is a huge difference coming into this particular clubhouse on a regular basis now. Like, he is actually part of this team, whereas last year, he kind of came up and down a little bit or whatever. He is now a part of this team in a way probably that he was thrusted into where even the team wasn't necessarily expecting him to be. But here we are, and I think that instead of easing him in, he's had to be thrusted in. So I'm going to give him a little bit of grace, despite the fact I've said I would like them to add a third veteran guy. Again, no disrespect to Chucky Robinson, but a guy with more Major League Baseball experience, particularly one as a receiver. You mentioned Austin Barnes, Greg. A catcher like that, yes, someone in that ilk. And it's not a knock on Dalton Rushing, who I think's career is going to be fine. Like, he's going to be great. But I'm bullish on him, but I just think right now it's a lot to have to deal with probably emotionally, and that is translating to what's transpiring on the field.
Yeah, but okay, wait a second. Hold on. I'm gonna pick it up right after this.
7:19 in the morning. Maybe Chucky Robinson and Dalton Rushing can get together. Go see our friends at Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Get that lube job. Maybe they could lube up their catcher gear, too. Valvoline Instant Oil Change, over the 15-minute drive-through oil change. Visit SoCalOilChange.com for a location near you. I also want to find out what's being cooked for breakfast right now, because I can hear the accoutrement. It's like,
oh, yeah.
Sedano's at a cafe.
There's definitely stuff going on. Mateo, what are you having for breakfast?
Let's hear about it.
What are you having? You can talk now, bro. Now you're being silly. What do you want for breakfast?
Come on, Mateo. Should we go get donuts, or what do you think, man?
Now you're just being silly.
That's okay.
Yeah,
Next time, Mateo.
Right.
Yeah. The thing about Dalton Rushing and
looks
the
like
thing
there's
about
Nutella. Looks like there's waffles.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah. Just one last thing about Dalton Rushing, though. The thing about being a great catcher is how you manage your relationships with an entire pitching staff. And Berg, you can maybe give us some numbers on this stuff. We all see the blow-up last night, and we see what happens with Ohtani. And look, Ohtani winds up settling down, and he has a really nice performance, actually, both at the plate and pitching. And it's for a guy who's kind of been dealing with a knee and a finger. I mean, you got to give it up to Ohtani that instead of just sitting him down and letting him get 100%, he's going out there and he's battling through this kind of stuff. But for a guy like Rushing, you have to know who Ohtani is in the pecking order of your team and of your staff. And you got to know, you got to manage pitchers differently based on, how good they are, where they are in the lineup of starting pitching, who they are in their career. I mean, you got to be able to manage. You don't treat everybody the same. Sometimes a younger guy needs a catcher to be more of a leader, more of a forceful leader. And sometimes as a catcher, you got to have a lot of trust in your pitcher. So the thing about Dalton Rushing is it is a mental thing of how do we teach him how to better manage pitchers, not just catch the ball. So, Berg, you may look into some of those numbers. I wonder what those numbers are like with other pitchers.
He has been a good catcher. He's been, if you want to call it catcher's ERA, from what I've seen, it's a 3.2 catcher's ERA, which is good. That means he's calling a good game for the most part, and he knows the strike zone pretty well. I think he's one of the better catchers when it comes to challenges. So he's done a good job with that for the most part. I think just him and Shohei are not on the same page, and that's a problem for Shohei. But he's done well with the other guys. Chucky Robinson has kind of not been doing well with some of the other guys. But at the same time, I think Dalton has been a good defensive catcher for the most part.
As far as giving him grace, George, it was one bad game last night. Right. It was really one bad game. And by the way, they won the game.
Well, the thing that he said in there, though, is I'm embarrassed that I have to get help from guys. You shouldn't be embarrassed for asking for having help, because that's especially at this point right now.
Yeah, but think about it. Think about what
he's still
what
a young guy. To
earlier.
George's point,
but he's 25 years old. He was a second-round pick. He's a guy who's elevated to the major leagues where he's had some modicum of early success. And you just think about it, to get to this level, you got to have a lot of confidence. You got to have a lot of swagger, and you got to have a lot of belief. And so when he says he's embarrassed, last night was a crap performance all the way around. Offensively, defensively, it was garbage. And I understand him being embarrassed about it. But
the
listen,
performance, but not for getting help. You shouldn't be.
But that's what you got teammates to pick you up, man. You got them for.
But I think that's the difference. He's used to being the guy picking people up, and now he's having to deal with that, being on the other end of that. And I think that's an emotional thing that he's having to work through. I think he will. I'm still very bullish on him, but I do think it would be in the Dodgers' best interest to still explore veteran opportunities.
I mean, we should do that around here.
Yeah, I think we should as well.
Get more veterans.
You signed that thing yet?
Yeah, did you sign the contract, you scumbag?
Wow.
That's pretty early for an SP.
Even the general manager at Lazy Dog here in LA Live, Brandon Wolfson, last night, he came up to our table at dinner. He goes, "Hey, has Cappy signed that contract yet?"
Tell him the celebration dinner's happening at the Lazy Dog. I'll tell you that right now.
The feta dip?
Oh, I love the feta dip. The feta dip there is amazing.
The grilled chicken salad or Caesar salad last night was on. I mean, it was better than ever.
Right?
Anyway.
You didn't go with the lemon chicken, the one with the nice green beans?
I didn't feel like the lemon chicken because I had lunch with DeAndre and I had the lemon chicken.
Oh, you
I was
did?
at Lazy Dog for both meals yesterday.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's a good day.
It is a good day.
Double dog.
Yeah, double dog. Usually you got to pay extra for the double dog. 7:24. The Sedano and Kap Morning Show on a Thursday. When we return, more Dodgers talk. The Dodgers. Bergey's three things, but let me tell you about my friends at Providence. You know they make live imaging Tuesday possible. You know they saved my life, Jack. And Providence reminds you to stay in the game by prioritizing your health. Many of the biggest health risks men face, like heart disease, cancer, and diabetes, can develop without warning, but with annual checkups, routine screenings, and knowing your numbers, like blood pressure, cholesterol, and blood sugar, you can take control before problems start. Talk to your doctor about imported screenings like prostate and colorectal exams. Get that hand up the wazoo. Poop in a box. Stay active with regular exercise. Eat a balanced diet. And don't overlook your mental health. If you're crazy like Cappy, get some meds, man. Prioritizing sleep, managing stress, and staying connected are just as important as physical fitness. Providence brings together the best minds in men's health, keeping you in the game with expert care and compassionate support right here in Southern California. Protect your health and get back to the moments that matter most. Learn more at Providence.org. Providence, caring with compassion in Southern California. When we return in 3 minutes from right now, we'll talk more Dodgers baseball on a Thursday on the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
The personalities you know.
The teams you love.
Leaving it there for Son. Puts it on the left foot shot. Get it! Oh, Son again! Golazo! The teams you love.
The station you spend time with every day.
LA's mega sports station.
ESPN LA 710 and the all-new ESPN LA app.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hardworking partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
If you run a small business, you know that opportunities and emergencies don't wait. So don't let big banks hold your business hostage with weeks of endless red tape and paperwork. Turn to Cardiff. Cardiff is America's favorite small business lender with a 5-minute application that won't impact your personal credit. You get approved in minutes and funded the same day for up to $500,000. If you've been operating for at least a year with $20,000 a month in revenue, skip the bank delays. Go to Cardiff/ESPNLA right now to secure your funding. That's cardiff.co/ESPNLA.
7:27 in the morning. Tonight is the night. Beto Duran is at Mercado Gonzalez in Costa Mesa as the U.S. takes on Turkey, or Turkey, starting at 5 p.m. and leading up to the 7 p.m. kickoff. Be with us tonight. I'm going to be there, too, at Mercado Gonzalez. Tonight's the night Beto and I share a churro from both ends, and we meet in the middle. Enjoy drink specials, surprise giveaways, incredible food, and nonstop match day energy. Rock your team colors and cheer with your fellow fans all night long tonight. Mercado Gonzalez in Costa Mesa, where every match tastes better. The Sedano and Kap Morning Show. We're back with Dodgers Talk 2 minutes from right now.
DraftKings Sports is live in all 50 states. Yes, that means you, California. The whole world is watching one tournament right now. Group stage chaos, knockout drama, stoppage time heartbreak. The DraftKings Sports app is now live in California. So whether you're catching the early kickoff before work or the late match at the bar, you're in on every single minute, every match, every moment, all in one app. Right here in California, the world's biggest stage is in the palm of your hand. New DraftKings customers sign up with code LA710, spend $5 to get $200 in total rewards. That's code LA710 in partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours. Event trading offered by DraftKings Predictions, a CFTC registered introducing broker. Trading involves risk of loss. Market availability varies. Eligibility restrictions apply. $50 every 7 days via click to claim, issued in non-withdrawable prediction dollars that expire in 1 year. Ends June 28th. Terms, dkng.co/predictions promo.
Progressive knows there's no one more important to your team than your pet. They're like your top draft pick.
And it looks like Chuck has selected Pepper the Corgi. Bold pick there, Deborah.
Yeah, Rich, Pepper has a high ceiling for sure, but he does have a tendency to bark at every tree.
Yeah, he brings a lot to the table, but also takes a lot off of it, especially when it's been left near the edge.
Nothing left to do now but suit him up for the dog park.
Protect your top draft pick from injury and illness with Progressive Pet Insurance. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations. Covered subject to policy terms.
Every 40 seconds, a child is reported missing. Find the Children is a nonprofit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted car. Call 1-800-294-0222. You'll receive the maximum tax deduction, and we provide fast, free pickup. Call 1-800-294-0222. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Call 1-800-294-0222. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
You're hanging out with the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
Oh, damn. I.
George Sedano.
LA, baby.
Scott Kaplan.
What's up, LA? Yeah.
What's up, LA?
Hey.
More Sedano and Kap right now.
thinking, I think she looks great, Debbie Gibson. Way to go, girl.
Oh, boy.
Wow, good call, George. Good call.
It is time for Bergie's Three Things. You can watch the Blue Review weekdays at 6:30 a.m. on our YouTube channel with Marcus Grant and Gregory Arthur Bergman, presented by LAX. Then he gets on here around 7:30 each weekday and does his three things. The three things, part of the morning wood. Thanks to Hernandez Wholesale Flooring. If you're in the market for new flooring, shop at Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, where every day is a deal. No gimmicks. Call 866-624 or go to hernandezwholesaleflooring.net. No sale beats wholesale. This guy's been clearing his throat every 30 seconds for the last 20 minutes.
Ooh, really? I have water in a glass right here. I have water. I'm not doing anything else, just water.
But why do you keep clearing your throat?
Because I got something stuck in my throat. I don't know.
Like what? What do you think it is?
Why don't you go gargle then?
I don't. Here, you want to do it right here?
What do you got? You got something stuck in your throat? What do you? Now what are you going to do?
Howard Stern-esque right there.
You're going to swallow or you're going to spit?
Come
What are you
on,
gonna do?
Cappy.
Cappy. Quack,
Well, I
quack.
mean, you got
Seven
you're
thirty.
gargling.
Take it to a
You're
different level.
gargling. I mean, sometimes you
Did he
spit it
spit
out.
on him?
You swallow and you try and get the thing out.
All right, Bergie, take your three things away, please.
All
Come
right,
on.
all right,
Let's
we will.
go.
All right, so don't look now, but guess who the hottest hitter on the Dodgers is right now?
Oh,
Take
I
a
know
guess.
who it is. I
Take
know
a
who
guess.
it is.
Sedano, you got a guess?
Mookie Betts.
Mookie Betts. Marcus
That's right.
Lynn Betts is the hottest hitter on the Dodgers right now. Over the last 30 days, he has 5 home runs. He's got a basically almost over 800 OPS. And over the last 7 days, he's batting over 400 with an 1100 OPS. The guy has just been getting hits over and over again. He went from a 179 batting average to a 230. He's changed his entire game over this last couple of weeks, and it's just been great to see. Now, at the same time, his defense is kind of taking a little bit of a hit. But
Oh, come on, man. Last night he made 2 plays that were out of this world.
and he also
last
made
night.
2 plays that were pretty bad. So it's a little bit up and down, but that's okay. It's okay because he's still a very good shortstop. If that helps him at the plate, if he's focusing more at the plate, then that takes a little away from the defense. That's okay. All of it's okay. I'm just happy that I'm happy that he's hitting for him, for the Dodgers, because I know how important it is to him.
You know, first of all, 300 career home runs, right?
Yeah.
That puts him into some really exclusive company. There's only been, I wanted to say, like 160 some odd guys in the history of Major League Baseball that have 300 home runs or more. So, I mean, Mookie has, to your point, turned things around. Defensively, I'm telling you, your fair point. He's had a couple of blunders here recently. Remember, there was the perfect game that he was a routine play and he didn't make that play.
One a game at least.
But last night he made 2 plays that were like world class, all star. I mean, moving, showing a lot of just speed and the ability to flip around and throw. I mean, those 2 plays last night were spectacular.
Where is he right now on runs saved, on the runs saved?
Oh, defensive runs saved? Oh, that's a good question.
DRS.
Well, you can look it up. It's fine.
Is that DRS?
Right now.
It is DRS.
Oh, beautiful.
In the meantime, Tanner Scott, we can look at that maybe for later in the show.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Tanner Scott, look, he has, outside of a little blip on the radar earlier in the season, I think he's been pretty steady, Tanner Scott.
Yeah, no, Tanner Scott has been fantastic. And this is always going to be the case, at least in my mind. It was that he was not who he was last year. Every other year he had been great, except for last year. Remember, he said the whole thing of that baseball just hates me right now. Well, baseball does not hate him anymore right now because he is pitching just like he did, and he's saved. They're winning. The Dodgers are winning a lot of 1-run games recently, and he's getting the save in all of them. So that is really showing you that he's pitching much, much better. And he got Brian Buxton on a strikeout to end the game last night, who's their best hitter by far. So I'm really impressed with what he's been doing recently, and it's been very nice to see him turn it around from last year.
Yeah.
It's Byron, not Brian.
Did I said Byron, no? Did I say Brian?
It's okay. You said
Oh,
Byron.
boy.
It's
Okay.
Wow.
Oh, well, I meant
Maybe if you drink more
Byron.
water, you'd get it right.
Right. Maybe if you weren't so
Byron,
busy
Brian.
clearing
How
your
are you
throat all day.
How are you on the water drinking?
I have it. Look, I got one right here. You see?
Yeah.
We
Okay,
need to make
that's
sure,
one glass.
Bergie, we want you to be,
Healthy.
yes. Let's just call
I
it that.
appreciate that.
We need to get you like a 2-gallon Yeti that you
Yeah.
fill with water every morning.
DeAndre drinks a gallon a day. The other night I watched him finish that off, and then he's like, "Oh, I'm going to go home. I'm like, You better take a Gatorade bottle with you for the drive.
It's got to be habit. I'm not into the habit. I'm trying to get into the habit, so that's why I'm starting early in the morning. I'm getting a glass of water.
You should start with at the very least, you would want a warm water to start because it helps the digestion.
Yeah.
But a 16-ounce warm water or room temperature water to start.
Okay, I put ice in this one, so
because
I
no ice.
That's
Ice is for
bad
kids.
in the morning.
Come on,
Why?
Bernie. Come on.
I like cold
Ice
water.
cold water. What's wrong
You're
with you?
making
You're like
your
a child.
body have to warm it up.
Come
That's
on.
already you're
terrible.
That's not good. Not
Horrible.
good.
When you
Horrible.
haven't drank water regularly for 42 years,
I
you don't
told
know
you,
these
though.
things.
I told you, warm water in place of coffee. Take warm water, maybe a slice of lemon, throw it in there, and sip on it
Cappy's
like
right.
it's coffee.
Look, the reality is this: you're making your body. You haven't drank water regularly in a long time, and now you're making it have to actually warm the water up. You're making your body go through more things than it needs
Berg.
to.
Good to know.
Alan Sliwa does warm water, lemon water with cayenne pepper. It's what I do too. And I also drink a liter before I get the day started, before coffee. Because the coffee immediately dehydrates you.
Yes, agreed. So what you need is at least 16 ounces warm water start, and then you can start doing whatever you want.
Not 15, not 14. You need 16 ounces of warm water. Listen to George.
What is this? Is this like 14?
No, that's
I don't know
like
what
8.
that is.
Yeah, it's 8.
Yeah,
Okay.
you
Well, then
only
I'll do
Yeah, that's like 8. That's like 8 to 10, maybe 12. I don't know. I can't really see it all.
Maybe 7.5.
It's possible. Hey, Berg, real quick, you were talking about Tanner Scott. You were talking about Tanner Scott really quickly because I just want to say one thing because we keep an eye out on this guy. Ryan Ward last night out in left field.
Yeah.
Another really nice defensive performance.
Been great defensively, but offensively they kind of figured him out. That's happened.
0 for 4 last night.
That happens. You're going to get figured out. It's the adjustment to the adjustment, and he has not figured that part out yet. He'll be fine. He's gonna go back down probably pretty soon because Teo has had 2 rehab assignments in Reno, and he has hit 2 home runs. One of them over a scoreboard and left yesterday. So when they go up to Sacramento after the Padres series coming up, Teo is possibly going to be back. So that would be the end of Ryan Ward in the Major League Club. Anyway,
oh, that's too bad.
Berg,
yeah.
I got one last question for you on your 3 things, and this is one of your 3 things. The Padres series is coming up. The pitching matchups. Which of the pitching matchups are you most looking forward to?
So Yamamoto versus Buehler on Saturday. That is he is a legend. Walker Buehler is a legendary Dodger at this point. No matter what he does, he's a legend here. And now he's in a Padres uniform going against Yamamoto. I just don't really like it. Yep. But he's also having a good year this year, Cappy. Have you seen? He's got like a 3 ERA. He's been good.
It didn't really get off to a great start. And you think about when he left the Dodgers, to your point, he left as a World Series hero. He went to Boston. He went to Boston, didn't work. Right. He went to Boston, things didn't work out. He went to Philadelphia, things didn't work out. And he winds up signing a minor league deal with the Padres. And it's so weird to see a guy who 2 years ago was standing there in the World Series, winning it for the Dodgers, and now he's pitching and starting at home in a rival uniform
against the World Series MVP. Yeah, it's gonna be a great matchup. This is a big series for the Padres. If they lose the series, they fall very, very far behind. But if they win the series, they could start getting closer.
All right, excellent stuff. Bergie's 3 things. Hey, coming up next. There's a big trade in the NBA today. LaMelo Ball is heading to Minnesota. There's still more details from the Austin Reaves situation. Let's get into some of that. Michelle Smallman's going to actually join us around 8:05 or so for her Safe Space segment because she's running a little behind. But first, Cappy, let's talk about that man that stares at me right in the face when I'm watching the studio.
Right there. Yeah.
That guy, Jacob and Ronnie. Thursday morning on the freeway, Cappy. You've got work on your mind, coffee in the cup holder, and the big soccer tournament playing on the radio. Then a big rig or a delivery truck makes one bad move, Jack.
Yep, and truck accidents can be serious because the vehicles are bigger, they're heavier. The injuries are oftentimes a lot worse. The case can involve more than just the driver, obviously. There may be the trucking company, maybe a contractor, a maintenance issue as a possibility, a tired driver, records that need to be preserved right away, and that's why you should call Jacob and Ronnie.
Yeah, man, simple. Call Jacob knows how to handle truck accident cases and push back when companies and insurers start protecting themselves. The consultation is free, Cap.
That's right, and you'll get the no-obligation case review. No fee unless you win. I know how it is. You stress out, how am I going to pay money? No, you don't have to pay. No fee unless Jacob wins, George.
Yeah, and if a truck crash hurt you or someone in your family, don't wait around hoping they do the right thing. Call Jacob at 800-345-6789. That's 800-345-6789. Or visit calljacob.com.
Tell you, Sedano's pipe is so much better yesterday. Remember during that read, Cappy?
Yeah.
We were saying 6-7, and then like 3 seconds later, Sedano was like, hey,
And by the way, I was anticipating it and jumping in early on purpose, and it still was that delayed.
Yeah, it was good today. You got good pipe today.
Good pipe. Nice pipe.
7:41 in the morning on a Thursday. We'll pay off that tease in 3 minutes from right now on the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show. We'd like to thank our founding partner,
Cadillac of Beverly Hills. Cadillac of Beverly Hills. Experience luxury at the top of its game. Visit CadillacBeverlyHills.com.
This is the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
Did you know that at Children's Hospital Los Angeles, the game starts before your baby even arrives? Their Fetal and Neonatal Institute is a lifeline for over 3,000 high-risk babies and expectant mothers each year. From expert fetal maternal care before birth to a level 4 NICU for newborns needing intensive care, CHLA is the MVP for the most complex cases. So when it comes to your new baby, put an all-star team in your corner from day one. To learn more, visit chla.org.
Hey, it's Mason. The next best thing to being at the 2026 FIFA World Cup is watching it at Cosm. Experience every match inside the massive 87-foot LED dome in shared reality. You will feel like you're right there on the pitch with the world's biggest stars. Plus, catch all the action in the Cosm Hall with great food and drinks. FIFA World Cup tickets will not last, so book right now at cosm.com/FIFA. I will see all you guys for the World Cup at Cosm.
The next great story in Los Angeles is happening in Glendale. Hyundai of Glendale is now open. Lease a brand new 2026 Hyundai Palisade SC for just $279 per month. Plus, enjoy owner's assurance and America's best 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Call 818-222-8000 or visit HyundaiofGlendale.net. $279 per month plus tax. Closed and lease for 24 months. $39.99 total due at signing plus government fees and taxes. On approved above average credit through HMF. Zero security deposit. 75 miles per year. 20 cents per excess miles. Expires 6/30/26.
7:43 in the morning. The summer of soccer is here, and Rock and Brews is your headquarters for every match. Catch all the action on massive LED screens with game day food and drink specials and an unbeatable atmosphere. Bring your crew and cheer on your favorite team at Rock and Brews. Visit rockandbrews.com for your nearest location. The Sedano and Kap Morning Show. We're back in 1 minute from right now.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen for Pella Windows and Doors. Sometimes teams take a timeout to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Pella Windows and Doors always has the winning game plan. They're not just window and door experts. They're experts at taking care of you and your home. At Pella, they find the products that meet your needs and their experts install them. They do it every day, and that's why your neighbors trust them. Discover why Pella is a trusted choice for homeowners everywhere. Visit Pella.com/Eisen today. That's Pella.com/Eisen.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show, weekdays at 7 a.m. on ESPN LA.
You might know who we are, but we know who you are. Understand?
7:45. Good morning. The Sedano and Kap Morning Show. On a Thursday, Cappy, on this day in 2022, the number one hit, Harry Styles, as it was.
I like Harry Styles.
Wasn't he in the, what's the group?
One Direction.
One Direction?
You know, my
That's not
nephew,
the one I was going to guess, but that's fine.
my nephew, who's like a teenager who knows all this stuff, he didn't even know that. He only knew him as Harry Styles, like the pop star. He didn't even know he was in a boy band. That's
I
crazy.
didn't know. I honestly
wanna
don't
know?
think I knew either.
You want to know about him? Go to Janessa Paredes. We'll find
Yeah, she
all
knows a
about
lot about him.
I thought she likes the other band. And Janessa's,
Jonas
by the way,
Brothers?
our
Yeah, she
marketing
does.
manager,
Yeah.
just for people that are like, what? Who is that? I should have jumped in first and vocal fonted you. As the great Justin Craig would say, vocal font. You know, Justin gets so much done around here.
Oh, yeah?
Today's also National Bomb Pop Day.
Bomb Pop.
Bomb Pop.
Is that red, white, and blue?
I don't know, but have you noticed the last couple nights in downtown L.A.?
Yeah.
It's just like fireworks like crazy. After the Mexico game last night, just like crazy.
Well, that was a big win last night.
Oh,
I mean, 3-0. That was huge.
Inside the Lazy Dog, and the place exploded.
Yeah.
It was so cool to be part of when Mexico won.
Yeah, that was a big win, and they were up 2-0, and then late in the game, Chris, I know you have a hard time understanding the extra time, the injury time.
So it's funny you said that. Everybody's like, the game's over. I'm like, oh, thank God there's no extra time.
I think there was about 6 minutes, and they scored a third goal in that extra time. So what a win last night for Mexico. I was talking about this to you yesterday, George.
Yeah,
about how
great stuff. And Ochoa got to get in the match later in the game too, which was good.
Yeah, I was saying yesterday, the Mexican fans they were happy that the team had won, but they weren't happy with the team and their performance.
The first half was not ideal, right?
Yeah,
for
but
them,
they got a big win yesterday.
They won the group. They're fine.
Yeah, no, it's exciting. I mean, having Mexico in the U.S.
Now, who are they going to play in the second round? I thought I saw in the round of 32. Excuse me. I thought I saw it.
I don't think it's done yet.
Well, no, it's projected, right? Yeah. It's based on projections at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry about it.
That's exciting, though, to have the U.S., Canada, and Mexico all hosting, and to have the U.S. and Mexico both, winning their games thus far. And obviously, the U.S. plays their third match tonight. But very exciting stuff. In fact, I was at a restaurant last night, and the bartender said to me, he goes, man, he goes, I can't believe how into everybody's so into soccer all of a sudden. And I go, yeah. He goes, I never watched soccer. He goes, but now I'm super into it. And I think that's what's happening around the country. I think people are really, really getting into it. So I know I'm into Ghana.
Scotland. It looks like
Ghana.
They could potentially see Scotland.
Scotland.
Yeah.
They lost last night to Brazil in Miami. Did they
got
not?
crushed,
Yeah.
right? But they could get in as a third team out of that particular group. So that's at least what the projections are saying. Now, to your point, Ghana and is it Ghana and Colombia or Ghana and Croatia next?
Ooh, you got me on that one. Ghana and you said Croatia?
I'm trying to think. It's Croatia, yes. Big match for you and me in the 7-10 World Cup pool.
I only took Ghana because I knew that you had Croatia, so I went to that group and I said, I'll take whoever's available in the group so that you and me could go head-to-head. Kind of like
you would have
Nick
taken
Spurs.
Panama. It would have been nice, yeah.
Yeah, well, I got Ghana, and I'm a big Ghana fan, just so you know.
Yeah, I know.
Huge
You're
Ghana
a big
fan.
Ghana guy. Yeah.
Right. Big.
Yeah.
Big. Hey, listen, when Ghana got that tie against England, and remember I described it to you yesterday, the dude from Ghana had a breakaway, ran into the goalkeeper, then the ball's bouncing around, he karate kicks the ball out of the air, it's easily going through, and what does he do? He kicks it, the ball hits his own teammate. The teammate saved the goal. You've seen guys score against their own team. This guy actually saved the ball, otherwise Ghana would have beaten England. How about that?
Yeah. Oh, well.
Let's go Ghana.
Yeah. So, anywho, let's talk about what happened today. And then we'll get into Austin Reaves. I know Bobby Marks is going to join us at 8:30. We love our ESPN front office insider. There's not a better time to have Bobby Marks than right now, is what I would say.
And remember, you and I had this conversation yesterday. I'm starting to go to the Bobby Marks School of Content off air. I'm going to learn everything so that Brian Windhorst, when he comes on, he doesn't have to apologize to me. Hey, Cappy, this is going to get really confusing, so stay with me. I'm going
Cappy,
to the Bobby Marks School.
You're not the sharpest tool in the shed, Cappy.
I just
so we're
listen.
Try to,
I just don't know all the rules of the NBA, salaries and aprons and all. But
listen,
Bobby Marks.
We've come a long way over 5 years with you.
We sure have.
So listen, we're going to do a little audible here.
Oh, really?
At 7:50 in the morning. So Michelle Smallman can now jump on here in a moment to do her safe space. Then we could stretch that out. Then we'll pay off the tease that we left everybody a few minutes ago.
Let's do a quickie segment here with Michelle's safe space, and then we can get into the trade, AR's situation, just kind of some details that have come out since, and then roll right into Bobby. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. I love that. All right, let me hit the fancy open for Michelle Smallman right now. Okay, we'll play that, then Michelle Smallman will join us.
You hear Michelle Smallman first thing in your day.
Hi, it's Michelle Smallman.
From 3 to 7 a.m. on Unsportsmanlike on ESPN LA.
Then Thursdays around 7:45, she joins the Sedano and Kap morning show.
But Michelle, you know who Mario and Luigi were.
Of course. I mean, I'm Italian. Of course I know Mario.
Right, I was just going to say.
It's
over here.
It's
right over here. It's right over
here.
here.
Those are our guys, please.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, two Italian plumbers. You're Italian, exactly.
I know.
Wait, those guys are plumbers?
She joins the Sedano and Kap Morning Show with Michelle's Safe Space.
And this week I want to start something new, okay? I want to be able to do the bits and talk about the things I'm not allowed to talk about on our show on Sportsmanlike. Let's call it Michelle's Safe Space.
Michelle's Safe Space. Right now.
Thank you. Love that fancy open. The great really Michelle nice. Smallman you hear on Sportsmanlike. Weekdays 3 to 7 a.m. And Michelle joins us now on ESPN LA. Good morning, Michelle.
Good morning, guys. How we doing?
All right. What's up?
Oh, nothing. I'm just getting mercilessly bullied by my teammates here. So
Why?
maybe this
Why
is how we kick off the safe space today.
Why?
You guys, as we know, Evan Cohen is a bit of a sports nerd, maybe just a general nerd in life, right? This is something that we know.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a little worried that he has rubbed off on me, and now I have deviated from the resident cool girl on the show to a sports nerd, because for Michelle's safe space today, I said out loud post-show, you know what I've been thinking about a lot? Is Tyler Shuck the X factor in the NFC South? I've been thinking about that a lot today. And the guys looked at me, they're like, why are you spending your time in late June thinking about Tyler Shuck and if he's the X factor in the NFC South? And I was like, that's it. I'm long gone. I'm lost. I'm totally gone.
I think, we just had this similar conversation with Cappy, right? Cappy 5 years ago didn't know anything about the NBA. He happened to be working in a town that loves the NBA, okay? That literally is one of the biggest NBA cities.
Can you at least qualify it? Can you at least qualify that for 20 years, Michelle, when I was on the radio in San Diego, we didn't have an NBA team, so we didn't talk about the NBA.
Right.
So,
right.
You know, I went away from it.
Now, I mean, Brian Windhorst, now he's come a long way. Like, you know, I mean, he's dialed in on the Lakers, even occasionally, like watching stuff that we would never dream in God's green earth that he would be watching now when it comes to the NBA. He's locked into the playoffs. He's locked into the draft. I mean, yesterday he was insulted that Brian Windhorst said to him, all right, Cappy, what was the phraseology he used on you?
He said something like, he said, Cappy, I'm going to apologize, but stay with me because this is going to be really complicated. And I told Wendy, I go, I'm on the edge of my seat right now, and I am locked in, brother.
Right. So now he wants to go to the Bobby Marks School of Capology during Summer League to make sure he's locked in for the rest of the way. Because the last, hurdle and horizon for Cappy is he's actually got to learn like the intricacies of the salary cap. So who better to learn from than Bobby Marks, who will join us at 8:30 today?
Because Michelle, just like you, who geeks out on Tyler Shuck and could he be the X factor in the NFC South, I'm looking at Josh Green and I'm saying, could he be the key to Minnesota possibly advancing in the Western Conference because of him being traded to this morning from Charlotte? So I'm geeking out on this kind of stuff, Michelle.
But what I would say to Michelle about Tyler Shuck, he throws a really pretty deep ball. I called a bunch of his games in college.
Doesn't he sit down?
Yeah, throws a pretty deep ball.
So that's the thing. I was telling the guys, I'm at Pilates yesterday. I'm doing the Russian split squat, and I'm thinking, Kellen Moore and Tyler Shuck surprised a lot of people last year. In what 6 games? We expected them to be terrible. We thought that they were going to be like a 3-win team at best, and Tyler Shuck showed you something. And with questions around Bryce Young and what's happening with Baker Mayfield and the contract, we don't know who's going to be the starting quarterback in Atlanta. I'm like, could Tyler Shuck be a sneaky X factor? And then I was like, I just blurted it out to the guys today, and they're like, who are you? We are embarrassed that you are thinking about this in your free time. And I was like, this is a perfect safe space combo.
Well, listen, I'm glad you brought it up because to me, in my opinion, you mentioned the Atlanta situation. Could a guy like Tua become an X factor? Because here's what's going to happen. Here's what's going to happen.
He's been balling in camp, apparently.
Yeah, in Atlanta, here's what's going to happen. Tua's going to get the first shot because Penix is still dealing with a knee issue, and the Falcons are in kind of a tough spot because Penix is supposed to be the future of their franchise, but he's obviously been dealing with a lot of history related to injuries, and now it looks like you're going to get another starting quarterback here, and then Penix is going to wind up coming back. Tua's going to be in Trent. If Tua's doing well, how do they get Penix back in the game? So, Michelle, I'm geeking out on the NFC South myself.
So, you know, Cappy, I thought you were going to make reference to the Bulgarian split squat she was talking about, because, Michelle, I did those a couple of days ago.
I thought she said Romanian.
It's Russian. She said Russian. It's actually Bulgarian.
There we go.
Yeah, but I did those a couple days ago, the last day of the finals, and I couldn't walk for like 3 days. It was they're rough. Okay.
They're incredibly effective. And see, I don't even know the correct name for the move because I'm thinking about the NFC South. I'm not even locked into what's happening in NFL Live.
Yeah. No, that Bulgarian split squat is a tough exercise. I do it in F45. Bergie, when was the last time you were at F45? Let's go, Berg.
Last Saturday.
Okay. Did you do Bulgarian squats?
Or Russian splits?
The Russian, the Russian ones.
Okay, you did the Russian ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a little bit of a little twist to
variation,
that.
if you will. Yes.
All right, what else do you got in your for your safe space, Tim, Michelle? Before we let you go today, we'd love to hear more of this.
Okay, I have one more, and George, I'm a little nervous to share this with you.
Oh yeah, I hope he.
I don't love Giannis to the Heat. I thought it was a little anticlimactic. I was
because
really
we've been
hoping.
waiting so long. Yeah.
No, I was hoping Boston just because I thought it would be juicier. I was thinking, how is he going to pair with Tatum, the Jaylen Brown of it all, which obviously Jaylen Brown is likely still on the move, so there's drama there.
Yeah,
but even though it makes sense and that's where he wanted to go and they were always in the mix, I just assumed once Jaylen Brown became part of the deal, or at least publicly, we knew for sure that it was out in the ether that the Celtics were putting him out there and the potential Giannis deal, that was going to be a wrap. And it just felt kind of boring, George, that he ended up going to Miami. Safe space is me telling you, as somebody who's from Miami, who obviously has connections to the Heat, that I thought it was boring.
I get it. It has, there's more bells and whistles and all that kind of stuff when it comes to the Celtics because of Jason Tatum. And I know you're, you love Jason Tatum. He's a St. Louis guy. But what I would say to you is this. I actually think if you're Giannis, who is, it's so funny. Like, I just feel like the commentary on the Giannis thing, look, and I get it. It's been nauseating at times because it's just been so long. Like, we've just wanted this guy to go already somewhere. But the Miami thing is interesting to me because if you look at their history, once they get a star, they're going to go to the finals and probably win a championship at some point in that guy's tenure. They did it with Shaq. They did it with LeBron. They did it with Jimmy Butler, although didn't win a championship, but went to the finals twice with a player who's much worse than Giannis. They have the best coach in the sport. They still have one of the best front offices in finding kind of like these gems, these G League gems. I think they're going to be just fine. It may not be as sexy, which is wild to say that Boston is somehow more sexy than Miami. But I get it from a basketball standpoint. I just think that if you're Giannis, people are sleeping on you. I think if you're that organization, the Heat, people are sleeping on you. And I think they like it that way. So the fact you think it's boring, I get it. But I think those guys love it that way. They want everyone to think it's not going to work, that it's not going to be good. And then they kind of thrive on proving people wrong.
But this is a safe space, Michelle. This is a safe space. You can have those opinions. You can say Giannis to Miami is kind of boring and anticlimactic. And you know what? This is a safe space for you, Michelle. So you're in good hands.
The great Michelle Smallman. Weekday mornings, 3 to 7 a.m. You hear
Can't
Michelle.
wait to see Tyler Shuck throw that moon ball over there to Olave.
You and me both.
Love Chris Olave.
Thank you, Michelle. Have a great day.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
See you.
7:59. We approach 8 o'clock at KSPN Los Angeles, Good Karma Brands radio station. Right now, let me tell you about my friends. And what's the tease again? George, do the tease again.
Oh, so coming up, LaMelo got traded to Minnesota. Now there's a hot rumor that, Michelle mentioned somebody a moment ago from Boston that could be headed to Minnesota. So that'll be interesting. We'll get into that and the details on AR and his contract. There's been more details that have been revealed. And the great Bobby Marks, ESPN NBA front office insider, and Cappy's new coach that he was not aware of yet, will join us at 8:30.
That's all coming up in the 8 o'clock hour. Let me tell you about my friends at George Chevrolet. Bellflower's party pal is the great John Good. He runs George Chevrolet along with his guy Kevin Reavis. They're ready for the 4th of July sales event. Light up your 4th of July with big savings at George Chevrolet. Right now, get 0% APR financing for 60 months on select new 2026 Chevrolet Trax, Equinox, and Silverado models. You know Cappy needs one of those Equinox for one of his kids, so he should go to George Chevrolet. That's right, low monthly payments and no interest financing on 3 of Chevy's most popular models. Don't miss the 4th of July sales event going on now at George Chevrolet. Visit them in Bellflower, Lakewood exit, or online at georgechevy.com. Chevrolet, together let's drive. You know George Chevrolet, the 7-time dealer of the year. Bam, 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 bam. They got you covered for the 4th of July. Get a new ride. Get a Chevy, sucker, at George Chevrolet. We return in 4 minutes from right now on ESPN LA.
This is the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
Hyundai gives you America's best warranty on every new vehicle. It includes a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty, plus 24/7 roadside assistance. That's peace of mind from Hyundai. And these days, that's priceless.
Right now, for a limited time, lease a Hyundai Elantra for $199 a month or get $2,000 bonus cash. See your SoCal Hyundai dealer. Hurry, offers end July 6th. Call 714-568-7676 for details.
Morongo giving away 3 Corvette Stingrays? Finally, a sporty 2-seater for me and my ego. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
Fireworks the 26th. Performers, bonus giveaways, and carnival games. June 26th through 28th. The fun continues July 3rd through 5th.
Number 2.
Rev up for the Stingray giveaway. Be here June 28th for 3 chances to win.
And the number 1 reason.
Don't pay high prices for gas. Morongo's Travel Center prices are the lowest price gas around.
Good times.
Hey guys, it's Cappy, and I'm here with Angelica from Angelica's Insurance, and you can feel it already. The energy, the passion, the entire world coming together for soccer's biggest stage.
Yes, Cappy, we're big soccer fans at Angelica's, and just like your favorite team needs the right defense, you need the right protection too. At Angelica's Insurance, getting families and businesses the best coverage is always our goal. In English y en español.
And that's who Angelica's Insurance is. Call us or visit us, angelicas-ins.com. That's angelicas-ins.com.
Welcome to Milagro Tequila, where the sun shines, good times roll, and tequila pours. Take a sip of sunshine this summer with Milagro Tequila, crafted from 100% Blue Weber agave for bright flavor and exceptional smoothness. Shake up fresh margaritas with Milagro Silver. Mix the perfect paloma with Milagro Reposado, or enjoy the rich, smooth taste of Milagro Añejo on the rocks. Find Milagro at your favorite retailer, in-store and online. Tequila never tasted brighter. Milagro Tequila. Please enjoy responsibly.
Esquivoso.
Red card penalty.
Score big with Waba Grill's new Red Card Combo for a limited time. A mini sweet and spicy chicken bowl, 3-piece chili crisp dumplings, and a side of Wablaze sauce for that extra heat. Then kick it up a notch with our new Penalty Punch, a premium beverage loaded with sweet mango popping boba. It's a flavor finish that hits the back of the neck. Get the Red Card Combo for $9.99. Only at Waba Grill.
When's the last time payroll was the easy part of your week? With Gusto, it can be. Gusto is the all-in-one platform designed to take the hassle out of managing your team, from payroll and compliance to hiring, onboarding, and more. With Gusto, you can get back 2 full days each month with all the time you have saved. Go to gusto.com today and learn why over 500,000 small businesses choose Gusto. That's GUSTO.com. Gusto.com.
Harry Douglas here to help you get in on the sweet life with Cotton Candy 5-Hour Energy. It's that classic throwback cotton candy flavor, but with 0 sugar and a 5-hour energy boost. I keep these with me so I can tackle that sweet tooth with a tasty caffeine kick and no guilty sugary aftermath. Bring on the sweetness with Cotton Candy 5-Hour Energy shots. Cotton Candy 5-Hour Energy. Available online at 5hourenergy.com or Amazon.
This is the Angelica's Insurance 8 a.m. hour of the Sedano and Kap Morning Show on ESPN LA.
Good morning, guys. This is Angelica, and this is the 8 a.m. hour of the Sedano and Kap Morning Show on ESPN LA, presented by Angelica's Insurance. Every team needs a strong defense, and we got you covered at Angelica's Insurance. From auto and home to business and life, We have a plan just for you, even DUI and SR22 coverage to get you back on the road fast. Visit us at angelicas-ins.com for a free quote today. And now, the 8 a.m. hour of the Sedano and Kap Morning Show, powered by Angelicas Insurance. And Sedano, please pump the brakes, sucker.
The Angelicas Insurance 8 a.m. hour.
I scream your name. Oh, yeah. That's what you got to do. 8:06. Good morning.
Quack, quack.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show on a
One of my
Thursday. On this day in 1975, Big Barry White's Can't Get Enough of Your Love, Babe is released. Now, Sedano, get this.
By the way, real quick, before you say get this.
All right.
Do you know that this was in a... I'm trying to remember the movie right now.
Yeah.
But our buddy Freddie Prinze Jr. was in a movie where this song was like the closing credits.
Was it the one with...
He was with Julia Stiles.
Oh. I thought it was the one with Pumpkin Nose. What's the name?
Pumpkin
What is the
Nose?
name of that movie?
Pumpkin Nose.
Hold
Well,
on.
he calls her his daughter Pumpkin Nose.
Oh.
Julia Stiles.
She had like a triangular nose or
Down
something?
to you. That's what it was.
Down
George.
to You is the... I just looked it up. Yeah. Thank you, Lindsay.
Down to You.
That is,
I don't
this
even
is
know
the
that movie.
Me neither.
Oh, yeah. It's it's a very, like, early 2000s kind of, like, teeny, college-y movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, like going from, like, being in, like, high school and college into being an adult kind of movie in the early 2000s. And I specifically remember, that was the closing scene. It's such a great song.
Oh, man.
Henry Winkler
so-
was in it. Look at that.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
The
he was the
Fonz.
dad. He was Freddie's dad in the movie.
The Fonz, not the Schwanz.
That's
not the Schwanz.
Not till
Summer
July 9th.
of the Fonz. No,
Yeah.
the Schwanz. Yeah.
Shouts out to our buddy Freddie Prinze.
Yeah, he never
I-
comes on here anymore.
Yeah,
and I
what's
don't know
that all
why.
about?
I don't
he's
think
busy.
we ask him to come on very
Well, no,
often.
Bergie's tried a couple times. Bergie can't get Cappy to sign his contract, and he
That's
can't
not
get
true.
Freddie Prinze Jr. here. Huh, Bergie?
Do I
What's
need
what's
to
up with
text-
that?
Yeah, there's
Do
a
I
lot
need
of things that I can't do.
I would
apparently.
love to talk Dodgers with Freddie. I mean, Freddie is always locked in on the Dodgers.
I can ask him now that we're on in the morning. Maybe because he has to take his kids to school.
Can
and
I
it's not
ask him
school
about
time.
Rachel
Yeah,
Lee
maybe
Cook?
like late later in the show when he drops them off. Yeah.
Who you want to ask him about, Chris?
Rachel Lee Cook, Pumpkin Nose.
Oh, Pumpkin
Oh,
Nose.
that's Pumpkin Nose.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to her? She kind of left Hollywood after that movie, right?
Well, no, didn't they do just a more recent version of that movie recently or something?
Yeah, it was,
Who dumped? Did you dump?
no, I didn't.
Who
I just see the
dumped?
delay ramp up. That's
Oh,
all I
during the
see.
break, you mean? Oh.
No, the dump button.
Oh, okay, my bad. Because I
thought you
got to
did
tell you,
something.
man, I had to run during the commercial break. I mean, run.
Anyway, what I was going to say is in my parents' home, there's
Mm-hmm.
a framed picture. The way these pictures are placed, there's a lot of framed pictures and little things, but there's a framed picture of my mother and father with Barry White from a concert years ago that my dad
Oh,
hosted.
cool.
But right next to it is a picture framed
Mm-hmm.
of Sedano and my mother. And that's a big deal because my mother loves Barry White, but she's
Right.
got Sedano in those tight pants right next
Yeah.
to it.
Hey, listen, she should turn on Barry White when she's around Sedano. She should just have it on her phone, Seriously. It's a sexy song. George, you'll get a kick out of this because when I hear that song by Barry White, it takes me back to a vacation that I was on in 2002 with my ex-wife. And we were in Italy, and it was the first time we'd ever gone on a vacation together, like a big kind of thing. And that song from Barry White was playing, and we were dancing and drinking and having a great time. And I look back on that 25 years ago, and I go, that was like the one happy moment. You know what I mean? Like I was super happy in that moment. So when I hear that song,
there was only one happy moment?
no, but I mean, there were multiple happy moments, but then what happens is it's kind of like a game. It's kind of like Dalton rushing, right? You win the game 4-3, but you were 0 for 4 in the game and you screwed up the catching situation. And even though your team won, you're really more focused on your poor performance. There were a lot of good times in the marriage, but it's those bad times that overwhelm the good times. And that was one of the really good times. My darling, I can't get enough of your love, baby.
Well, listen, that's what I'm sure Rob Pelinka and company were singing to Austin Reaves when he signed his deal. Now, I'm sure you guys saw the picture, right? Austin's
Yeah.
girlfriend took of him on the golf course.
Right.
Pretty cool stuff. So here's what has come out since, okay?
Yeah, tell me.
That, Wendy apparently was talking about this on TV somewhere, and he had mentioned that just a couple of days ago, the Lakers did indeed try to do what we talked about, Cappy, which was try to see if they can get him at a deal in the $30 million range, and then entered the Detroit Pistons, okay? And according to Shams, the Lakers apparently feared Austin Reaves to the Pistons in a deal that potentially could have gone down. The Pistons would have had to have moved some parts. Now, they did move Isaiah Stewart, eventually as well. So they were clearly looking to clear some space to add Austin Reaves into the equation. And that ramped up talks with Reaves, and then the Lakers ended up closing the deal. But the Pistons were the real threat, something we talked about probably, 2 weeks ago, that the Pistons would be on the radar?
Yeah, and we kind of were talking about it a little bit earlier this week as well. Were the Lakers negotiating against themselves because Brooklyn had made some transactions that made you think, well, they're not really going to want to pay Austin Reaves now. They got, that Julius Randle trade from earlier in the week.
Yeah.
And then you're wondering, is there real competition? And in the end, if there was not real competition, perhaps Austin Reaves might have signed a deal for less than the max. But because there was real interest, and it's not as if Austin Reaves, it doesn't sound like, based on what I've read, it's not like he was telling his agents, I don't want to hear about Detroit. Find a way to get the deal done with the Lakers. He was letting the process play out between, presumably, Rob Pelinka and his agents. And he wasn't involved in the day-to-day conversation. He was letting it all play out. When he found out the news yesterday that the deal was going to be done, to see him on a golf course laying on his back, George, that feeling of relief, like this has been very stressful for me, for Austin Reaves. This has been very, very stressful. And am I going to be with the Lakers, which is where I want to be? Am I going to leave because they're not going to pay me anywhere near the kind of money? Where might I have to move to? Do they have good golf courses in the suburban Detroit area? All these kinds of questions. And to see him laying on the ground going, oh, thank God this is finally over.
Tomorrow I'm going to be on a golf course. And when I get the word that you finally signed your contract, I'm going to have somebody take a picture of me like that.
Oh, my God, that would be just
so
fantastic.
excited. Like, oh, thank God.
That would be so great. I would love to see it. But
contracts can be stressful, Cappy.
They can be, and that's why you try to leave things to the general manager and the agent, and you just let them do their thing, and you let nature take its course. But for Austin Reaves, George, here's a quote. He says, quote, it was a breath of fresh air because I hadn't stopped thinking about where I was going to be. It's like a sigh of relief. He says, regardless of whatever played out, I'm obviously grateful and in a good position to take care of the people that I love. My heart's been in L.A. Every morning I wake up, and I'm just like, I hope we can get this done today. George, I'm in touch with that emotion.
I'm sure you are. But anyway, the Pistons thing was real, and we brought it up as a real possibility. And, yeah, that's what ended up playing into this equation. So interesting stuff. LaMelo went to Minnesota.
Hold on, George, hold on. Give me 1 second.
Morning.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt, but just really quickly. Let's just one more thing on Austin Reaves.
Sure.
Congratulations to Austin Reaves. I have so much respect for you betting on yourself. Mm-hmm. That takes balls, okay? But now the pressure is on. Can we agree on that?
Oh, there's no doubt.
The pressure is on. When you're an undrafted guy and you make the team, everybody's like, yay, look how nice that is. When he gets a $14 million a year contract, people are like, oh, that's good for him, man. Look, he's made it. But when you go from $14 million a year to an average of $46 million a year, brother, as good as you've been, the lights will shine brighter than ever before. We talk about Kyle Tucker all the time. Is he worth the $60 million? Is he wilting under the pressure of the contract? Austin Reaves has got to take his game to the next level because what he's done thus far to get him paid is impressive, but it's not going to be enough at $46 million a year.
Well, he's making $41.3 next year, okay, which is more than Shai Gilgeous-Alexander will make next year, the two-time MVP, more than Tyrese Maxey, who's an all-NBA player, more than LaMelo Ball, who was just traded, more than Kyrie Irving, more than Jalen Brunson. So those are just some guards he'll make more than next year. So to your point, yes, there will be a different level of pressure regarding this contract.
Yeah, and I read today, I don't know if you happen to read this at all this morning. I don't know if you read Plaschke this morning in the L.A. Times.
I have not.
Plaschke says something like...
No, but why are you laughing? That was
we
just
all
I have
laughed
not.
in here with Cappy's L.A. Times reference.
You guys don't, nobody still reads the L.A. Times? Am I the only person?
I subscribe to the L.A. Times. I've not had a chance to read Bill Plaschke.
I get it emailed to me every morning.
Yeah. Plaschke had a point this morning, though. He goes, Luka has already proven himself. Now Reaves has to reprove himself. And I thought, has Luka really proven himself? In other words, yeah, we know he's great. We know he scores over 30 points a game. We know he makes a lot of money. But when the team really needed him, unfortunately for him, he got hurt.
Yeah, but what I think he's referencing, without having read this story, I would imagine what he's referencing is Luka has been to the finals. Luka has dragged the team to the finals.
That is true.
Luka
but not
has
the Lakers.
proved himself.
Yeah, but not the Lakers.
He's a worthy player of being considered one of the top 5 to 10 players in the sport.
That's not my argument at all. I'm only saying that the way he phrased it is, Luka's proven himself. Now Austin has to do the same thing, to which I would say Luka has proven himself in Dallas, and Luka has proven to be an amazing scorer with the Lakers. But Luka, unfortunately, he got hurt at the most important time of the year. Now, that's not on him, but we never got to see what he might be. Now, what we did get to see was Austin Reaves in the postseason, and we got to see him, there were a couple games where he scored really well, and there were a couple games where he was really, really bad from the field, and there were several games where he just got ragdolled. And again, I always go back to, you're hurt for a month with an oblique injury. The chances of you being able to do your nutrition and do your conditioning the way you would during the season to keep your weight up, that could have been a factor. But Austin Reaves battled back to try and help the team. He sacrificed his body for the team. Luka could not do that. He was unable to. So Luka may be a proven commodity in the NBA, but when the Lakers needed him most, unfortunately for him, he was hurt. But again, Austin Reaves, it's a whole different level of pressure when you're averaging $46 million a year versus averaging $14 million a year. That's all I'm trying to say.
I always love your dismounts.
Yeah, I need a dismount. You need a dismount. I'm looking at you and I'm going, is he ready to jump me now? And then I'm like, you know what? I think I need a dismount.
We don't have to go anywhere. We could just cleanse the palate for 60 seconds while Cappy tells us about the wellness company.
I would actually love to do that because, listen, it is summertime now, right? And the one thing you don't want during the summer is you don't want to get sick, but stuff happens, and then all of a sudden everybody around you is going, well, it's going around. Listen, if you and your family are going on a vacation this summer, you must travel with a medical emergency kit because if you or your kids or anybody gets sick and you're on the road, you don't know the doctor, you don't know the pharmacy, you don't know, how long it's going to take you to get something when you go to urgent care. Why would you waste your time? You've got all the medications right here in the medical emergency kit so that if you get sick, you're ready to get better right away. It could be a Z-Pack. It could be amoxicillin and a variety of other prescription medications. And then when you open the medical emergency kit, not only do you have all these bottles of meds, but you've also got this guidebook. And when you say, okay, I've got, it seems like strep throat, you look in the guidebook and you find what symptoms you have, and then it matches the medications. And by the way, if you don't feel confident, like I might not feel confident, they do have a telemedicine doctor available for you at all times. So do this. Go to urgentcarekit.com/710, urgentcarekit.com/710. Use our promo code 710, and you're going to save $45. One more time, urgentcarekit.com/710. Use the promo code 710 to save 45 big ones.
Thank you, Cappy. 8:19 in the morning. We could stay here for a few minutes. And it is true. Stuff's going around. My throat has been itching for like a week and a half. My sinuses.
Oh, man, I had a little – even though I had that crazy sickness during the finals that I had to go to the urgent care twice for, I still had like a scratchy throat the last couple of days. And now it's finally gone. But, yeah, man, it's been crazy.
Yeah. And for me, that's why that's why the other night, Cappy, when we walked, I'm walking so hard to prove to myself it's not heart failure again.
Mm-hmm.
Just because the anxiety of like something going on. My breathing is fine, but just the scratchy throat is freaking me out. I don't want to die again, sucker.
No. We don't want you to die again. You know
what I did the last 2 days that just worked?
Honey?
Maybe we do. Do we?
Just some NyQuil.
Yeah, I can't take that.
Yeah.
Oh, but can you take the low blood pressure one?
No, it's just because of all the other meds. They're just like, don't mess with it.
You did a good job, though. We were walking up the hill, and at one point you were kind of huffing and puffing. But
I wasn't huffing and puffing. It was because of my calf.
Yeah.
That's
true.
Thing, yeah.
Oh, yeah, George. We have a situation where we might have to put Morales on the injured list. It could be a 60-day.
Clapper's got to look at it because 2 weeks ago on the golf course, like I popped my left calf. So when we were going up the grade, not quite a grade, but uphill at least, my calf started to hurt at the end of the night, and I started yelling out expletives, and Cappy really enjoyed that.
I did. I loved it. I did indeed. And then we walked by these 5 dudes, and Morales goes, shouts out to you fellas. And they all looked at him, and they were like, what did that mean exactly? He's just being friendly.
Yeah,
Just
they're
saying
my
hello.
brothers. Shouts out, guys.
Just saying
You
hello,
guys know
that's all.
Tommy Lamb? Shouts out.
Shouts out is right.
Hey, shouts out to the Minnesota Timberwolves for completing a trade for LaMelo Ball, which I don't know how much I love, to be honest with you.
I'm a little confused.
Well, they desperately have needed a point guard.
Mm-hmm.
Desperately. And they've desperately needed a secondary scorer they can rely upon because Jaden McDaniels, even though he's made tremendous strides on offense, is not there yet to be the number 2. Now, if he's your third best player, you might be cooking. You know what I'm saying? But defensively, he's amazing.
I would love to have him on the Lakers. God,
oh my God,
that player.
Well, yeah, good luck with that.
A guy like him or a guy like Lou Dort. Give me one of those kinds of guys on the Lakers.
Yeah, I like Lou. You know, I was a big Lou guy. I feel like I'm curious to see how Lou looks here moving forward. Lou had a not such a great playoff run and season last year by Lou Dort standards, and I'm starting to wonder, has he already garnered too much mileage? You know what I'm saying, on that body? Because he plays a very physical brand of basketball, and has that kind of worn him out a little bit. I'm a little concerned about Lou moving forward. But nonetheless, the Timberwolves, which is where the Lakers originated in Minnesota, get LaMelo Ball. I am not the biggest LaMelo Ball fan, okay? I at times have felt he is an unserious basketball player. He is an incredibly talented one. I will not deny that. But I'm a little worried about this deal for a number of reasons. Number one, just LaMelo doesn't have the leadership qualities I would want necessarily in a point guard.
I like the way you're thinking this out. I really like the way you're thinking out this commentary right now. It's slow. It's thoughtful. I'm trying to say something, but I want to say it right. And I'm really enjoying this commentary. Keep going. Go ahead.
I think his shot selection is something particularly that I worry about, and that to me is a maturity thing and a leadership thing, because you got to know what shots you're going to take. And now you're going to be playing with a guy in Anthony Edwards, who is legit a top 5, at worst a top 10 player in the NBA. I would say closer to the top 5 than the top 10. And he's going to want the ball in his hands, or need the ball in his hands. Now, I'm not worried about LaMelo not being someone who is a pass-first guy, because that's clearly his MO. But I feel like when I watch his games, and this is a maturity thing, there's always at least 2 or 3 shots in a game. I'm like, why? Why did you take that shot? That was so unnecessary. And again, he's really talented. Yeah. If he could harness that stuff, he could be the most dangerous point guard in the sport. But it's just those little moments of just like, why did you do that?
Well, I would say
that drive me a little nuts. Now, let me finish here.
Go ahead.
So the other thing that concerns me is, if you're Minnesota, you've traded Julius Randle, and you've now traded Naz Reid in this deal. And now you don't have a power forward in an era, as we've discussed, where size matters, okay? And you need size. You need players up front. You need length, okay? You need to be able to combat these teams that have these unicorns athletically that are 7 feet or more or taller, and they now have multiple of them in some cases. So now you just have Rudy Gobert. Now, Jaden McDaniels is a long, athletic wing player. Maybe he can play up a little bit, but I still feel like you've given up a lot of your size to play a probably faster brand of basketball, more up-tempo. But I wonder if that's the way to go, is to zig while everyone is zagging. Tim Connolly, Cappy, is one of the best GMs in the sport. So I have some trepidation in questioning his theory here on this team, but I do have genuine questions and concerns.
I guess for me, I was just surprised because it seemed like this year Charlotte all of a sudden became somewhat exciting. You know, they played an exciting brand of basketball. They were in the play-in, and there was that one game in particular where they won it down the stretch, and you could just see everybody in Charlotte had come to life. That was a dead basketball community for a lot of years, and the crowd was on its feet, and everybody was going crazy, and there was a real love that was happening in Charlotte for the Hornets. And by the way, they were having a really good year because their basketball team was at least competitive, and their hockey team was championship caliber. And so I look at LaMelo Ball, and the one thing I think about, George, is in the last 4 years, he's missed a ton of time due to injuries. I mean, a ton. I think the number is he's played in 105 games over the last few years, regular season games, because he has these ankle injuries. So, to me, that's my biggest fear. If I'm going to take a LaMelo Ball, my man played in a lot of games last year. But previous to that, he played in very, very few.
Yeah, it's a huge risk, I think.
8:26 in the morning. Bobby Marks is going to join us at 8:30. But first, Cappy, let's talk about our friends at Cardiff.
So, Chris, have you seen the video that Cardiff put out of you and I talking about him?
I'm wearing this polo in that video, but I'm wearing that one hat from Sunday Swagger. I got to be honest, I look good.
Yeah, I thought we both really looked good.
No, I looked better.
Oh, I kind of thought I was looking pretty good, as a matter of fact. But here's what I will tell you, is that we were delivering a message that's really important. If you are a small business owner, and 70% of small business owners are always looking for more money, I am a small business owner. I know what an infusion of capital could do into my business. I just have this problem, which is I don't have the $20,000 a month in revenues yet. So if you're a small business owner out there, I know that you need capital, and Cardiff can help.
And if you're thinking that to yourself, man, I need some cash. My business needs cash. What should they do, Cappy?
What they should do is they should go to Cardiff, C-A-R-D-I-F-F, cardiff.co/ESPNLA, because here's what you should not do. You should not walk into your bank. Do not have expectations that your bank is giving you a small business loan like this is 1975. It's not like that anymore. They're going to bury you in paperwork. But if you need to buy more inventory, if you need to expand, if you need money for payroll, whatever you need to grow your business, you have a better chance with Cardiff than you do your bank.
So you're thinking this, you're hearing this, you're going, it sounds too good to be true. And Cappy, he could be a bit of a miscreant. But here's the thing. Our friends at Cardiff, they've been doing this for a long time, Cappy.
I know these guys well. I've known them for a long time, as a matter of fact, and I've watched them build their business. 20 years in business, $12 billion lent all around the country. These guys know what they're doing.
They've been around the block, Cappy. Cardiff.co/ESPNLA. Cardiff.co/ESPNLA.
That's right. And just really quick, if you want to apply for a loan, it'll take you less than 5 minutes. It won't impact your personal credit. And if you and your business have over $20,000 a month in revenue and you've been in business for at least a year, you could qualify for up to $500,000 in same-day business funding. It could be in your bank account today.
That's it. That's how Cappy told you. That's how you qualify. Cardiff.co/ESPNLA. Cardiff.co/ESPNLA. If you need cash to grow and don't have time to waste, you need to go to Cardiff.
That's exactly right.
That's where you go, Cappy. That's where you go.
Cardiff.co/ESPNLA. Get in today. Fill out that application, and you might have that money in your bank account today for expansion, for equipment, for payroll, whatever. Cardiff.co/ESPNLA.
8:29 in the morning. Man, this mouse is going slow. Bobby Marks joins us next on ESPNLA.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show. We'd like to thank our founding partner,
LAX, Los Angeles International Airport, where change is in the air. Learn more at lawa.org/ESPN.
This is the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
Hey guys, it's Kap. Is there any better match than soccer and pizza? Our friends at Pizza Hut have 2 winning deals all summer long. Need a quick carryout before kickoff? Grab a large 1-topping pizza for just $9.99. Want more toppings or delivery? Get a large 3-topping pizza for only $12.99, available for delivery or carryout. So whether you're watching every minute or just tuning in for the big moments, Pizza Hut is the winning move this summer of soccer. Order today on the Pizza Hut app or go to pizzahut.com.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Next time you're at my home away from home, LAX, look up. You'll see the future of travel in action. It's the all-electric Skylink train. It's now testing, and trust me, this is a game changer. What does it take to build a champion? It takes round-the-clock preparation. And soon, Skylink will connect you to the airport terminals, the new rental car center, and LA Metro. From practice to prime time, the LAX Skylink. Fast, free, and built for LA. In testing now to help you skip the traffic later.
This summer's biggest football watch party experience is happening at Mercado Gonzalez in Costa Mesa. Catch every Mexico and USA match live, surrounded by non-stop game day energy, passionate fans, drink specials, surprise giveaways, grab fire asada tacos, slow braised quesadilla, fresh ceviches, warm churros, and more while you cheer on your team with the entire Mercado. Mercado Gonzalez, your soccer fan paradise this summer. Join us every Mexico and USA match at Mercado Gonzalez in Costa Mesa, where every match tastes better.
Thank you, Beto. 8:30 in the morning. We'll be at Northgate tonight in Costa Mesa. By the way, ESPNLA Summer of Soccer is coming to Pico Rivera this Saturday. Watch matches with us all day at the World Spirit Festival on historic Whittier Boulevard. ESPNLA will be on site from noon to 7 p.m. with giveaways, great food, entertainment, family activities, and soccer fans from across the community. Saturday, the Summer of Soccer in Pico Rivera. Follow at PR_WSF for details. Beto's going to be out there. The great Alicia Davalle. We're going to talk to Dr. Monica Sanchez, the mayor, city council member from Pico Rivera, coming up at 9:40 this morning. But Bobby Marks is next in 1 minute from right now.
When we started Oakland Roots Sports Club, we needed a strong foundation. Gusto has had our back since day one, making sure every hire, every paycheck, and every player is taken care of. They're the team behind our team. With Gusto, we stay rooted and give Oakland the love it deserves. I'm Idris Argandawal, co-founder of Oakland Roots and Gusto customer since 2018.
See why 500,000 businesses trust Gusto for payroll, HR, and more. Get started for free at gusto.com/roots.
Empower. Ellie here is getting the sleeve she's always dreamed of. She worked with Empower and planned for her next move, so she got good at money. Now she can be a little bad. Oh, by the way, you spelled journey wrong. No worries. She can afford the cover-up, too. Ooh, check out my tat. It says, invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
This is the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
8:32, good morning. The Sedano and Kap Morning Show on a Thursday. On this day in 1984, Prince released this album, Purple Rain, Jack.
I'd like to send this out as a long-distance dedication to my BFF, mi hermano numero uno, Beto Duran. Beto and I last Friday night saw a tribute band called Prince Again. They were amazing. We were standing there, hugging it out, flowing back and forth to some Purple Rain.
By the way, the 8 o'clock hour on the Sedano and Kap Morning Show, sponsored by Fix My DUI. Life can change in a moment. Even good people make mistakes. Did you know that what you do in the first 10 days after a DUI can impact your driving privileges? That's why it's important to act now. Angelica and the team at Fix My DUI are here to answer any questions about your DUI, DMV hearing, or driver's license. SR22 insurance requirements. Call today for a free consultation at 888-607-7077 or visit fixmydui.org. Now, George, it is that time. We've been promoting it all morning long. The great Bobby Marks joins us on the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
Yeah, I wonder what Bobby Marks was doing in 1984. I figure somewhere around 11 years old, if I had to guess, while Prince was dominating the music scene.
I still, I was playing travel baseball. I still remember the baby blue uniform for my my PAL team, and so yeah, that's what I was doing. 84, the LA Olympics, right?
Yeah.
It was 1984. Yeah, I know. I was a freshman in high school, man. I remember so clearly, like, oh my God, this Prince, this album, this Purple Rain, like it was life changing at 14 years old. I can tell you that right now, Bobby Marks.
Life-changing is what Austin Reaves just got. I do want to get to the trade that went down this morning as well. But so it feels like that the Lakers got some pressure, it felt like, from maybe the Detroit Pistons. Because we saw what Brooklyn and Chicago did a few days earlier. And, Wendy loves to come on here and say, show me the actions, and I'll tell you what's transpiring. Yeah. Well, we saw those actions by those two teams. And it feels like Detroit was looking to make a move here to free up more space to add Austin Reaves and put pressure on the Lakers, and the Lakers went with this particular deal. How accurate is that, and what did you make of the 4-year as opposed to the 5-year deal for Austin?
Yeah, I would say that's really accurate. I mean, I think there's probably a couple ways you could look at it. You could basically treat Austin Reaves as kind of a restricted free agent. He's an unrestricted free agent, but you could have said, hey, go get an offer, right? Like, we're looking at the landscape here. Who has money? And on the surface, there's not many, Brooklyn, Chicago. But I think you have to be careful with that because there's always ways for teams to clear their books. Detroit certainly was a team that we've talked about that were, I think, lining up to potentially go after him. There were some other teams out there also. And I think if you overestimate what the market will be, the likelihood is that you're going to lose that player. And I think when, where they were, in the beginning of the negotiations and where they finished was they basically closed a significant gap. And you get them under contract for 4 for 1. It's a max contract. If it would have been a 5-year deal, it would have been certainly a lot more money and everything. But yeah, you get them on a 4-year deal, and you basically made a significant financial commitment to him.
Yeah, but let me ask you, Bobby, did they get significantly better by paying him 3 times as much?
Well, we'll see. I mean, I think that where it'll have an impact is not going to be this year. It's going to be in 2027 and beyond because, we've talked at length as far as, his cap hold and his salary doesn't impact what the Lakers can go out and do in free agency or in the trade market because they'll go out and, use the, $50 million in room or maybe in the trade market to fill it out, and then they'll sign Austin last and exceed the salary cap. I think it's going to be, where they are a year from now, next summer, as far as, with Luka and Austin on the books for, combined $110 million in salary. So that's a big commitment. And I think, I think the goal is to get guys under contract for multiple years, not just getting guys on the contract for expiring contracts, because you eventually, you got to build out this roster. That's going to be the most important thing, and I think there's a certain pressure to do that.
So Luka wants an A-list center, as we saw in Dave McMenamin's story. How do the Lakers acquire such a player?
Well, I think there's 2 ways. There's, the free agent market is not as enticing or as you would think. You have 2 guys who are restricted with Jalen Duren, who I don't see leaving Detroit, and then Walker Kessler in Utah. You'd have to put an offer sheet down on both of those players, and it would probably cost you north of $35 million to do so with them. Then there's the non-tax mid-level players, so that's in that. I know they'll have cap space, but then there's those players in that like $15 million and below range, which is Mitchell Robinson and Robert Williams. But those guys aren't, they're not starters, 30 minutes a game type players. They're 20-minute guys just based on where they are injury-wise. And then there's the trade market. I would think if you go out and fill out your roster and you have some pieces that maybe you can go out and move. We'll see what happens with Ayton if he opts in, and you've got the Vanderbilt contract and some other things to do, and you've got the pick and you've got 2 future picks. And so I think there's basically 3 different ways to do it. Finding a center is hard, right? It's not an easy task just because of the lack of availability.
So, Bobby, you were on TV earlier this morning, and I saw you talking about something very similar, which is your thought was, if I'm getting it right, was sign LeBron, sign Luke Kennard, sign Rui. Get these guys signed, and then stop wasting your time with free agency because the centers just aren't out there. Get your guys signed so you have them. Take those picks, and then possibly make a trade for a quote-unquote A-list center. Do I have all that right?
Yeah, no, you're right. I think that's certainly and I know it's kind of you're saying like run it back, and I've said all along, wait a minute, your 3 free agents are probably in the top 20 among free agents. So there's nothing wrong with retaining it and running it back, and then really being aggressive. And we've seen Rob in the past, certainly with the Mark Williams trade that didn't work out, them targeting a center. Now it's a matter of like who that's going to be and who's going to be available here. But I think the biggest question, and you guys, I'm sure you'll be talking about this, or if you haven't, is that what's the timeline on LeBron?
Right.
Like you can't go into free agency and have Rich, Paul, and LeBron say to you, hey, we're going to let you know on July 7th, or July 8th and stuff like that. And because free agency is going to be over by the 2nd, that's the reality of it. Or you take the approach and you go, we're going to take that money and we're going to go out and sign 3 players, and we're going to have $17 million left, and we're going to go to LeBron and be like, this is what we got. What do you want to do and stuff, which would be a fascinating thing to watch and everything like that. But the goal would be to get him to commit first, and then at least you have what you have to use in free agency.
So let me just ask you this, because I heard Wendy yesterday say that the Lakers would trade LeBron for Jared Allen in an absolute heartbeat. He made it seem, he goes, in like 0.17 seconds they would make that trade all day long. Is that even realistic to think about?
That's a good question. Well, it would accomplish from the Lakers' perspective. I mean, it's complicated. Like for Cleveland, you're basically, so when you acquire a player in a sign-in trade, you're hard capped at the first apron. They're a team right now that's over the second apron, and they're
Cleveland.
likely going to, Cleveland, and they're likely going to stay. They're going to be right below it after Harden redoes his deal. It's from a number standpoint, it's challenging. I'm sure there's a lot of smart people in those organizations that can figure it out and everything like that. But if you're if you're LeBron and if you want to go to play to Cleveland, why are you trading Jared Allen for you? And I don't want to speak about someone's money, but shoot, you made $600 million. Wouldn't you want to see your roster intact that you're going to?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know why that would, I don't know why that would make sense. I know why it wouldn't make sense from the Lakers' perspective and everything like that. But yeah, it's a little bit complicated just because of the math and everything.
Well, I certainly understand the inability to understand the math. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yep. I hear you.
Bobby,
there was a lot of things. There were a lot of things last night we were talking. I think we got to a point last night in the show, and Malik teased me a little bit. I think I started complimenting my own self during the night of the draft and everything. I think I was asking myself questions and agreeing on the question I was asking and everything. So
you're like your own Claude. You're like your own.
I had my own little podcast going on during the show, but I was just actually doing it with myself.
Yeah. The second round definitely ended a little quicker than I think anyone had anticipated on television when they blocked out that window yesterday. I do agree with that. You guys I enjoyed the conversations, but it felt like, you guys were dealing with a little more time than you thought. I'll get to the draft.
The second round is, we'll talk about that draft in a minute.
Go. Second round flies.
No. Yeah, the second, like Malik is like the quarterback during this. Between pick 31 and 48, I think every pick was traded.
Yeah.
And so, we're up there doing this, and it's not like I have, my phone like facing me with the notifications and stuff like that. And it's a fun process and everything, but man, there's a lot going on as far as just figuring out. Like, I don't want to be talking about a team with a player that pick has already been traded and everything, and the person at home is like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. So actually, I'm glad you brought that up because we had this discussion yesterday. I was trying to explain to the crew that the reason this is done this way, while it's not ideal, okay, we get it, is the calendar.
Yes.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but the league year starts whether July 1st, 6th, whatever.
July
it is.
1. July 1 to June 30 is the calendar.
Right, and then the moratorium is the 6th. Right. So July 1 is when the calendar starts. The problem is you're dealing with a sport that goes, nearly 9 months. So this isn't the NFL that's a 3.5 or 4 month, season where you can start your league year on March 1st and everything starts to line up more properly. Hell, baseball does their draft in the middle of their season, for God's sake. It's
Yep.
just an unfortunate way that the calendar it lands. I've actually suggested to the league at one point, I'm like, hey, why don't we just move things back a few weeks? And they're like, yeah, when are we going to start Summer League? The players are never going to go for Summer League in August because they're never going to get an actual summer.
I don't think the teams would either. They like to go on vacation in August.
Right. So that's part of the issue that we have here.
It is. Listen, I think this is year 9 at ESPN for me with the draft, and it's been a conversation we have every year as far as how do we kind of eliminate some of the confusion when someone's a player is going up on stage and is wearing the wrong hat of a trade, and we all know the trade has already happened, and how do you do it? And then you take the legal part of it into equation, and the league office is saying, well, the trade hasn't happened, and it's getting better. I mean, it was a complete chaos a couple of years ago. It is getting a little bit better here, but I don't see it changing here because the league looks at it like, hey, the trade is not done. And that's why you see there's, whether it be the commissioner or Mark Cadam say, there's been a proposed trade. And with that, I would love for it to happen, the announcement of the proposed trade before the pick happens instead of after the pick happens, because that would alleviate, listen, you go up, with the 13th pick, in the draft, and the commissioner says, well, there's a proposed trade and this pick is being conveyed to Milwaukee. Well, that helps everything, not like 4 picks later when basically everybody's moved off that.
Yeah. Hey, here's what you need to do. Tell your GM brethren that while they're texting Shams to send us a text to Adam at the same time. How about that? Okay.
Good idea.
All right. So real quick, speaking of texting Shams, hold on, Cappy, real quick.
go ahead.
LaMelo Ball to Minnesota. I get they desperately need a point guard, but now they don't have any power forwards. I don't know if I don't love the deal on the surface. How do you feel about it?
Yeah, it's a risk. Tim Connolly, their head of basketball operations, is the ultimate risk taker, right? I mean, certainly with the Gobert trade and then trading out Towns for Randall and DiVincenzo. And now you're relying on a player that played 72 games last year in LaMelo, but they did a terrific job managing his minutes. He averaged less than 30 minutes, just based on his injury history. And when you do the math, and we're going to take the CBA into equation, your hard cap now at the second apron, you're 10 million below, and you've got basically 4 roster spots, and you've got no bigs besides Rudy and Johan Berenger. And this is you guys know, Western Conference where the bigs matter. San Antonio and Oklahoma City have loaded up with their bigs and everything like that, and they're going to have to play the minimum market here. Their backcourt, certainly when you have LaMelo and Anthony Edwards and then Jaden McDaniels at 3, sure, I'd roll that group out there, but a lot of that is contingent on where LaMelo's health is, and they basically gave up everything left of all their draft equity to go out and do it.
Yeah. Hey, Bob, I just want to bring it back home here to L.A. and the Lakers. So we keep hearing the same names over and over again when we talk about A-list centers, and you've already mentioned Kessler and Duren, and they're restricted free agents, and they're not likely going to be real candidates. If you're the general manager of the Lakers, if you're in that front office and you're the guy making decisions, and you've already said sign everybody, who's the center that you would target and say, this guy fits with the core of our team, and we have the assets to trade to get him? Could you identify a couple of names just for us to chew on?
Well, I mean, certainly you'll probably hear about Daniel Gafford, right? Just based on, I don't know if that's an A-list center. I mean, he's certainly there's already a comfort level with Luka, having played together in Boston and in Dallas and everything like that. And then I think listen, Nick Claxton would have been a name, but he's on his way to Chicago. And you kind of go through the list. It's not as enticing. Miles Turner, we'll see what happens potentially with him in Milwaukee with based off the Giannis trade there and everything like that. But yeah, I mean, you go through the list of teams as far as who has, you're not going to go trade for Joel Embiid probably, or if you're looking at Phoenix, Mark Williams, you've already done that dance, and Sabonis potentially could be out there, but he's a little bit of an undersized. He's not a lob threat, I don't think. So we could talk about A-list centers, but you have, I always say, like you have to dance, you got to have a dance partner here, and I think the dance partners are somewhat limited for the Lakers.
The partners as in the trades, or the partners as in the players that
just
are even
the players.
Yeah,
just the players in general. Yeah. It's not it's not of a position of strength. Golden State's in the same boat. They're looking for bigs and everything, and they so that's Jared Allen, as you guys mentioned, would be great. But what Cleveland's trying to win? Are they willing to get off of him? To do so. Boston's looking for a center, right? Atlanta's looking for a center. There's a lot of teams, not just the Lakers, looking for bigs.
Real quick, Bobby, we have less than a minute here. Cappy, make your impassioned plea on how Windhorst insulted you yesterday and how you need Bobby to help you out this summer.
Bobby, listen, Windhorst yesterday says to me before he gets into a whole diatribe about the salaries and how to move money and so on. He said this to me, Bobby, on the air. He goes, Cappy, I'm sorry to say this, but stick with me because this is going to get complicated. At that moment in time, Bobby, I said, you know what? Screw you, Windy. I'm going to the Bobby Marks School of Apron 1 and Apron 2. Bob, I'm calling you off air because I want to become an expert.
No, Summer League. Come to Summer League.
Come see me. I won't even charge you. Come to Vegas, spend a couple of days with me. Come down to our class at Sports Business Classroom. We do lessons on the apron and extension and building rosters, and you can come sit with our media broadcast group and everything too. But you have an open invite from me the week of July 12th to the 18th, and if you're someone out there listening and you want to come out and get involved with sport, you just go on sportsbusinessclassroom.com. But yeah, you have an open invite as far as coming out.
This is the second time he's giving you an open invite.
Wait, I'm putting it on my calendar. Last time it was at my home away from home, the East Central in downtown LA. It's going on my calendar right now. Summer League.
All right.
I've got okay. All right, it's done.
Bobby, you are the best, man. Thank you for the time as always.
See you guys. Talk to you.
There it is, Cappy.
George,
now
I'm
this is
going
the
to Summer
second
League.
invite. Second invite you've gotten from
George,
Bobby.
I'm going to Summer League. I'm going to be doing the show from Summer League.
No, you're not.
Okay, let's do it.
No, you're not. No, you're not. We're not paying for it. So you got to pay for it.
Cappy, you know what? You can bunk with me. How about that?
Yeah, and you can
Really?
use his broadcast line, too.
Really? You let me bunk with you? That's like a Trudell offer. What a sweetheart. What an angel of a guy.
Yeah. You can sleep on the couch.
I just put it in my calendar. Just put it in. I'm going to Summer League this year, guys.
By the way,
now
tonight,
you really can be a ball knower.
Yeah, look at that. You'll be blessed into the ball knower camp. Trudell will get on top of the hand and bless you. We approach the 9 o'clock hour. The Rich Eisen Show begins terrestrially. We continue the digital hour on the app and on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles. Dr. Robert Clapper will join us. Dr. Monica Sanchez from the city of Pico Rivera later on. Plus, Funchy will give us the YouTube chat in 60 seconds. But now let me tell you about my friends at LifeSource.
I get out of the shower, I do a happy dance, and then I suck on the tap.
Yes. Be like John Ireland. Be like me. Get a LifeSource water system for your house. You've heard Sherry Harris, the owner of LifeSource, talk about the benefits of whole house water filtration, and she's right. LifeSource, whole house system. It filters the water for your entire home, so you don't have to be a city water sleazeball no more.
Esquivoso.
No filters to change, just clean, healthy water for every tap, appliance, and shower. You don't have to get that dirty chlorine taste. I made the switch to LifeSource, and I ain't never going back. A Pasadena-based company, LifeSource, has been building, installing, and supporting customers across Southern California for over 40 years. As we approach the 4th of July, they got you covered. Call 800-WATER-99, LifeSourceWater.com. Tell them you want the summer special, Jack, and they're paying your sales tax. That's up to $1,000 off a new system, but only through July 4th. 800-WATER-99, LifeSourceWater.com. LifeSource. Taste and feel the difference. Warranty limitations apply. You want to suck on that tap? Call 800-WATER-99, LifeSourceWater.com.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
Hyundai gives you America's best warranty on every new vehicle. It includes a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty, plus 24/7 roadside assistance. That's peace of mind from Hyundai. And these days, that's priceless.
Right now, for a limited time, lease a Hyundai Elantra for $199 a month or get $2,000 bonus cash. See your SoCal Hyundai dealer. Hurry, offers end July 6th. Call 714-568-7676 for details.
Summer of soccer is here, and there's no better place to watch than Rockin' Brews.
Catch every match on massive LED screens with surround sound, drink specials, and game day favorites like our new El Clasico burger. Whether you're backing Team USA or cheering on your home country, grab your crew, raise a glass, and catch every match at Rockin' Brews. Serving those who rock. Visit rocketbrews.com for your nearest location.
Hey, it's Mason. The next best thing to being at the 2026 FIFA World Cup is watching it at Cosm. Experience every match inside the massive 87-foot LED dome in shared reality. You will feel like you're right there on the pitch with the world's biggest stars. Plus, catch all the action in the Cosm Hall with great food and drinks. FIFA World Cup tickets will not last, so book right now at cosm.com/FIFA. I will see all you guys for the World Cup at Cosm.
I'm David Ortiz. When I lost my mom, she was only 46, and I lost my dad to cancer. It was the worst pain I ever felt. It made me think, what will happen with the people I love when my time is up? That's why I have life insurance. Ethos makes it easy. It's all online, take about 10 minutes, and you can get up to $3 million in coverage.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid testimonial. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Every 40 seconds, a child is reported missing. Find the Children is a nonprofit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted car. Call 1-800-294-0222. You'll receive the maximum tax deduction, and we provide fast, free pickup. Call 1-800-294-0222. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Call 1-800-294-0222. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
It's Bethel Duran, and right now the summer deals are sizzling at Northridge and Wonders Toyota. Lease a brand new 2026 Tacoma for just $279 a month for 36 months plus tax. That's $279 for a brand new Toyota Tacoma. It's got to be Northridge and Wonders Toyota.
Lease based on 2026 Tacoma model 7146. Total SRP of $39,199. Lease and purchase amount of $29,007. $39.99 due at signing, includes first month's payment and $750 acquisition fee. Security deposit may be required on approved credit. Tax, title, license are extra. Excludes dealer dock fee of $80. Offer ends 6/30/2026.
Morongo giving away 3 Corvette Stingrays? Finally, a sporty 2-seater for me and my ego. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
Fireworks the 26th. Performers, bonus giveaways, and carnival games. June 26th through 28th. The fun continues July 3rd through 5th.
Number 2.
Rev up for the Stingray giveaway. Be here June 28th for 3 chances to win.
And the number 1 reason.
Don't pay high prices for gas. Morongo's Travel Center prices are the lowest price gas around.
Good times.
4th of July weekend checklist. Sunscreen? Check. Snacks? Check. Road trip playlist? Check. Now, when's the last time you checked your oil? Before you hit the road, head to Valvoline Instant Oil Change for a fast 15-minute stay-in-your-car oil change, and no appointment is ever needed. Plus, they'll check your fluids, battery, wipers, and more, so you can worry less about your car and focus more on the weekend ahead. Visit SoCalOilChange.com for a special offer and your nearest location. Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Quick, easy, and road trip approved.
Located in the heart of downtown Los Angeles, Crypto.com Arena is pulling back the curtain and unveiling new behind-the-scenes VIP tours presented by Delta Airlines, which offers an exclusive look inside one of the world's most iconic sports and entertainment venues. Expert guides will lead small groups through spaces that have hosted legendary sports championships, world-renowned concerts, and epic awards. Guests will also explore the VIP areas and experience the arena's latest renovations. Visit CryptoArena.com/tours for more info.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
In sports, the tape never tells the whole story. Hiring is no different. AI can make candidates look like an MVP on paper, so knowing the person and the skills behind the resume matters. That's where Robert Half changes the game. Our recruiters combine their expertise with award-winning AI to evaluate skills and fit quickly. Learn how we can find you specialized talent in finance, accounting, technology, and more. At Robert Half, we know talent. Visit roberthalf.com/talent today.
the home of the Lakers. And now the home of the Rich Eisen Show. Weekdays 9 a.m. to noon. KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Previously on the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
Let's go to our breaking news desk. At one, producer Lindsay Baseball. Go ahead, Lindsay.
Yes, according to Shams Charania of ESPN, Lakers star Austin Reaves intends to sign a 4-year, $185 million max contract to return to the franchise with a player option for the final season in 2029-30. Sources tell ESPN Reaves declined his $14.9 million player option for the new max deal.
So there you go. Breaking news on ESPN LA. Powered by Valvoline Instant Oil Change, home with a 15-minute drive-through oil change. Visit SoCalOilChange.com.
So he does sign the max deal, Cappy, but not for the full 5, for 4.
Okay, I had to stop talking about the Kyle Tucker thing and get out my phone and go to my calculator.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show is on the air.
And again, this is not a realistic scenario, but if Cappy was like, man, God, I just love doing that show with Trudell today. It's just so much better.
Easier.
It's just easier.
Less stress.
You know what I'm saying?
You know?
And I'm the guy. I'm the main guy.
Yeah.
And it's the best. And then somebody's texts you, Morales texts you, like, bro, you hear what Cappy said on the show today? Like, that's exactly what happened.
The biggest show in ESPN LA history. George Sedano, Scott Kaplan, the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
What'd you say? You can't have a pie without Cool Whip. A little sabor?
Yeah, I don't think people like being called hacks.
You're the güero on the radio.
No. Giant Mexican, horn section. And
Did you have me on your show to berate me? Is that what you're doing now?
give me a freaking break.
I'm reacting to Art Bell.
Yeah.
Midnight in the desert. I'm Art Bell.
Scott Kaplan, eat a fat one, bro.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show on 710 ESPN.
The all-new ESPN LA app and on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles.
We're bigger than U.S. Steel.
Wow, that's crazy.
Oh, you want Bit Boy.
Right now.
Monstrous. Beto, I don't want to eat that. We did it, Dad. We did it.
You were riding high on the stinger last time.
Oh, big time.
So, right, that's right. Of course we were.
So, my girls, stay tuned.
What are you talking about? Just saying it. Cool Whip. You put Cool Whip on pie.
9:02 and 30 seconds. Good morning. Welcome to the Sedano and Kap Morning Show, the digital hour on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles, on the app. Click the Sedano and Kap tile on the ESPN LA app.
Probably should have told them before we switched.
I don't give a crap, honestly.
You don't?
I don't.
Really? Why?
Because
all of a sudden you're so snarky. What happened?
It's like yesterday.
You do give a crap.
Like yesterday, Bergie wasn't here, and he usually switches the app. So I didn't remember to do it. And I saw people in the YouTube chat like, and I was like, okay, I'll turn it on. So we turned it on at like 9:15. We put the tile up, which is on me. And then like Sam Boney sends an email or text at 9:50. Hey, the tile's not up. Hey, you know what? Screw you.
Oh, wow. Screw you and your tile.
Yeah.
Well, listen,
Why doesn't everybody else figure out how to do it? Why are Bergie and I the only two people who know how to do it? And Kasim. That brother Kasim knows too.
That brother Kasim is a talented young brother right there.
He is.
He is. Oh, my God. George, you missed it, by the way. You were not in studio. I think it was Wednesday.
Yeah.
All
All I would say, by the way, I would also say this to you, Christopher. Heavy is the head that wears the crown.
I don't even know what that means.
That's exactly right. I know what it means, and you're exactly right, George. That's right. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. When everybody's trying to figure out what's going on, everybody looks at the guy wearing the crown.
I don't wear the crown.
You do wear the crown.
You're wearing a hat.
I wear the Schwann's crown.
Yeah. Yeah.
July 9th.
July 9th. Summer of Schwann's is on the way. That's exactly right.
What was I saying? Oh, yeah, the Kasim thing. So now we've realized, because producer Jorge is on leave, he'll be back at some point, but like Funches and Kasim, they don't need to be on my left side. It's helpful, but they could actually be more impactful not sitting next to me. It's just fine. So usually Kasim was sitting when Lindsay was out behind me.
Right.
So the other day, Kasim's like, where do you want me to sit? I go, we'll just go in the studio with Trudell and Kap. He's like, really? I said, yeah, why not? So he goes and sits in the middle where I sit on Lit on the other shows. Yeah. And Trudell's just like, what's Kasim doing here?
Right. And George, Kasim had his headphones on. He had a microphone in hand just in case anybody wanted to talk to that brother Kasim, because he has really gotten into, like, this is like the highlight of his young career so far. He walks around Kasim going, "I'm that brother Kasim." Like, he literally is so proud of it, right?
And it's a good thing.
I love it.
Right. So he's sitting between the two of us, me and Trudell. He's typing on his computer the whole time. He has no idea what's going on in the show. And ultimately, he leaves. He leaves the studio. And I think to myself, why did he leave?
Well, no, he had to go do something in the back.
That's not really accurate, though.
Oh, it's not?
No.
What happened?
It was because Trudell was dust cropping him the entire time. and was proud of it.
Was that before or after he tried to rip John Cicada?
This was pre-Cicada rip, I believe. Yeah.
Wow.
Trudell was proud of himself,
So pre-Cicada rip and then a rip.
Yeah. He was just ripping is what he was doing.
Really?
Yeah, he was fouling him off, dude. And that brother Kasim was like, "I don't know what smells in here, but I gots to go."
DeMarco let one go the other day when I was in there, and he blamed it on the chair.
Blame it on the chair.
He goes, "It was a chair. Just move on. The chair made the noise." Like, man, that wasn't a chair noise.
Well, with the CTE, maybe he forgot he did it.
Oh, yeah. Well, he does admit it a lot, you know.
Although Trudell and DeMarco and Laura had a good broadcast yesterday. They were in the Arts District for the LAFC.
The bike shed.
Yeah.
Yeah. How'd
Bike
that
Shed
go?
Moto.
That bike shed place is cool, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been there a couple times. It's pretty good.
I told them since they were in Little Tokyo, go over there in the Arts District, go over to Prime Pizza.
It's a nice slice.
It is a nice slice,
It's a
Jack.
nice-looking slice. It is a nice slice. Room temperature slice, no heated up, and double cut that little rascal.
Well, you like the double cut, and it is
do.
true because it makes you think you're having two slices.
Right. I do like the double cut. It's my technique, George.
Double cut is good. By the way, I had a great pizza pie yesterday.
Oh, yeah?
See, Cappy, people always ask me, like the people, the audience always will ask me, like, "Hey, I'm going to Miami or whatever. You know, what restaurant should I go to?" And I always try to, like, explain to people, like, when you come here, you're better off going to the local places. But they're like, "No, I want to go to a place that's, like, you know, like hip and hot and fancy." You know, I'm like, "All right, I'll give you those too." I always prefer, like, to send you to the local joints because the local joints are the good joints. Like yesterday, I had a little Anthony's coal-fired pizza.
Stunad.
Hey, Anthony.
Oh, Anthony.
Yeah. I mean, it's a local chain now, but it started off as one little mom and pop place. It's fantastic. We had a little of the carnivori, a little meatball, little pepperoni, little prosciutto.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, sounds great.
Prosciutto on the pie?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
baby.
Yeah,
Cold prosciutto, or was it warmed up?
No, it's all warmed up. The pie's warm. Yeah.
Is
And
it
it's like
covered
very
with,
thin and like, you know, like almost like charred a little bit. It's so good.
Then the
Oh,
prosciutto
nice.
gets a little crispy. That's nice.
Yeah.
It's very good. Very good.
And is it covered in, what's that, like, bittery green thing? What is that? Yeah, like when you have, like, prosciutto on a
Pesto?
pizza. Not pesto, no, like a lettucey family member
Basil?
of lettuce. Not basil, no. Come on, guys, help me out here. It's like when you have
Arugula?
arugula, yes.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yes, arugula.
You know
See?
who loves arugula? Otis the bunny. She loves arugula.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Bunny would love arugula.
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
And then she
So
makes
yeah, I had a
those
little
little
that. You know
pellets
what
on
else
your
I had?
face.
You know what I had? It's so I would say to the LA folks, like, this is like the equivalent to like Barney's Beanery, except the food is way better.
Mm-hmm.
Flanagan's.
Oh, I love Flanagan's. Oh, my God. If I go to Flanagan's in South Florida, I'll tell you what I'm ordering right now. I'm getting the blackened mahi-mahi sandwich.
That's what I got. Blackened
Dude,
mahi-mahi.
It's
Yeah.
unbelievable. It's so juicy. It's so good.
Free mahi-mahi, free mahi-mahi.
And it's a simple sandwich. It's lettuce,
And then
tomato,
and then
onion,
I was
tartar.
singing that the whole time.
Yeah,
And
free
now,
mahi-mahi.
now my son Mateo's been singing it the whole time. Free mahi-mahi.
Hey, by the way, speaking of your son, and I just want to pass this on to you.
Yeah.
I believe that your name being Jorge Sedano, and we anglicize it, we call it George.
Yeah.
And with your son's name being Mateo, you have Jorge and Mateo in the same family. I think your favorite baseball player of you and your
Should
son
be Jorge Mateo of the Baltimore Orioles?
No, of the Atlanta Braves.
Well, now he's with the Braves, right? He was with the Orioles for a long time.
Yes, the shortstop. Jorge Mateo should be yours and your son's favorite ball player, don't you think?
Yeah, well, we've had that conversation before. Not his favorite player.
Oh, I thought this was like new material. No, I didn't realize that.
What my son has been doing recently, he's at the stage now where he wants to like annoy people, which I think is hilarious.
Oh, that's my favorite stage.
Yeah. So
You're
like,
still in it.
Yep.
So yeah, exactly. So like, my wife is a diehard Dodger fan, and we're a Dodger family. We watch the Dodgers every night. He watches the Dodgers every night, and then just to piss off my wife, he'll be like, "Hey, how about the Angels game? Can we throw that on for a second?"
Way to go, Mateo. By the way, the Dodgers, just a side note on the Dodgers. I have so many friends that grew up in other parts of the country and now live in L.A., and they are like obsessed with Dodger baseball every night. And I say, well, I'm curious, like what turned you into a Dodger fan? And the answers are so easy and obvious, right? It's like, oh my God, I love Ohtani. Or, you know what, I think Freddie Freeman's a great guy. Or, geez, I think Mookie Betts is a lovable player. It's the Dodgers. That's the interesting thing is people move to L.A. from other parts of the country. And sometimes you just get into the local teams because they're now local. Sure. So that's what's on TV. Yeah. But friends of mine who are now obsessed and literally watch Dodger baseball every night, even though they grew up in another part of the country cheering for another team, have become Dodger obsessed. And I got one buddy of mine in particular who grew up, he was born and raised in San Diego as a Padre fan, but he has two kids that have both grown up now as being Dodger fans. And he shows up at Dodger Stadium at like 5 o'clock when the gates open or whatever it is. He catches foul balls out in the outfield during batting practice. Cool. He stays for the entire game with the kids and then drives and schleps back up to Lake Arrowhead. But I'm like, how is it being a Padre fan raising two Dodger fans? And he's like, you know what? I freaking love it. I'm like, hey, it's a hard team to hate if you really watch them.
Yeah, listen, they are certainly fun to watch for sure. I enjoy watching them. I mean, hell, I'm watching them over here. It's a little easier in Minnesota because they're in the Central Time Zone. So I'm actually appreciative of the fact that they were in a time zone that made it easier for me to watch while I was here on the East Coast. But yeah, I mean they're really fun to watch. Every single night you're going to watch some level of greatness, and you don't get that all the time, right? There are going to be stretches of times when your team hits hard times, even the good ones, right?
Hard times, Daddy.
They could be yes, hard times, Daddy. There could be a rash of injuries and things of that nature. And it's funny because the Dodgers, Sonia Chen had this in her MLB.com Dodgers kind of report today about despite all the injury issues they've dealt with, they're still awesome, which is just a testament to what Andrew Friedman and Mark Walter and this entire group has been able to accomplish here.
Yeah, and by the way, here's just another side note for you. You ready?
Quickly, yeah.
When you know when the Lakers go on the road, it's like a big show, and like when you go to New Orleans, like finally people are going to show up in the arena. Do you realize that yesterday, Bergie, I don't know if you heard this or not, yesterday, Minnesota, their very first sellout of the season.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Yesterday. So that gives you an idea of people in Minnesota going, hey, Ohtani's pitching. Guess what? I want to go. They've not sold out one game. Dodgers sell out every game. Padres sell out every game.
By the way, you ever been to that park?
Never been.
Minnesota's park?
No.
Oh, really nice park.
No, have not been.
Yeah.
No.
I've been there. I was there last year during the conference finals. It was, great little park, man.
Mm-hmm. Well, first sellout of the year because the Dodgers were in town and Ohtani was pitching.
There you go, 9:13 on the Sedano and Kap Morning Show on a Thursday. You know what it's time for? He joins us each Thursday at this time. You hear the Weekend Warriors show Saturday mornings at 7 a.m. right here on ESPN LA, presented by Cedars-Sinai. The great Dr. Robert Clapper. Good morning, Doc.
Good morning. How are you?
Beautiful.
How are you? What's up, Doctor?
Doc, I took this week off. Been surfing a lot. A lot of energy in the ocean. It's been fun.
Staycation?
Doc, are you on vacation? Right
yes.
Now? Oh,
staycation.
Okay. Staycation.
Okay. Yeah, staycation. I love those. I do those every year. So, Doc, I was just telling Cappy, I know you're a big pizza pie guy, and I'm hearing. Excuse me.
Man, Sedano needs some water. He needs a sip from Bergie's glass.
Yeah,
Mine's empty.
I had some pizza pie at a place. Cappy knows it well because he grew up in this neck of the woods like I did. I'm in South Florida right now, and it's called Anthony's. Cold-fired pizza.
Oh.
And Doc, I would say this as a pizza connoisseur, I will tell you, knowing you the way I do, you would approve.
Really?
Yeah.
So when you eat the pizza, do you fold it? How do you eat the pizza? How do you eat the slice?
So
we all want to visualize this.
This is cold fired, okay? So it's got a little char on it, right? And we had the kids with us, so we did the thin. So they cut them in squares in the thin. You know what I'm saying? If you want.
I like
Oh, wow.
Easier for the kids. You know what I'm saying? So we did the square, so no need to fold. But it's crispy. So there's no need for a fold, especially on a square. But I was telling the guys they had a little meatball on there. Okay, little ricotta. A little small little pepperoni, crispy little pepperoni, and some prosciutto. Okay, to go with it. I mean, it was delicious.
Ready for a cup of coffee and a cigarette after that slice.
Wow, really? And a cigarette, huh, Doc? Really? It was that orgasmic of a description. Is that right?
Cap.
There you go.
This guy talks about 3 testicles.
I mean, it's the
guy.
YouTube hour. We're fine.
Freaking guy over here.
So Doc, all right. Now that I've got y'all lathered up talking pizza, let's talk.
You got me.
Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about injuries. Okay, we were just talking about the Dodgers. I've dealt with this recently. You and I talked about this recently. Okay, back spasms. Okay, Kyle Tucker dealing with back spasms. What are this can help a lot of different people out there. This isn't just for weekend warriors and athletes. Regular people go through back spasms all the time. We're trying to get Greg Bergman to drink more water and a little less coffee in his day because of the kid's dehydrated all the time. Okay, so
he has hemorrhoidal flare-up.
He does have hemorrhoidal flare-up, yes. But for the regular folks, not just athletes, lower back spasms, what are your suggestions on how to avoid them, number one, and B, how to remedy them once you have them?
So my best clap revision for back spasms, and we're not talking about Will Smith, for example, who started off with neck spasms and now we know it's due to an inflamed disc. We're not talking about that. We're talking about just you mechanically get like feeling your lower back and you can feel a knot of the muscle itself. Here's my best clap revision. Under the electron microscope, this isn't even just a regular microscope, under the electron microscope where you actually see on a cellular level how muscles work. If you now go ahead and take your arm and make a muscle, flex your arm and feel your biceps and your brachialis as you make your guns, if you will. As the muscle contracts on a cellular level, the myofibrils glide on each other. That's what allows them to shorten. That's contracting your muscle. And my clap revision is cross-country skiing, where you go forwards and backwards. You glide those skis forwards and back on the snow. The electrolytes makes that snow, which is the snow, powdery. So there's a wonderful glide to the ski. When you're lacking that electrolyte balance, is as though the snow is no longer slippery. It's dirt, for example, or it's rocky, or it's icy. The quality of the snow changes. Now you're not gliding that ski so nice. Your muscles don't contract very well. That is a muscle spasm. That's a cramp, and it's incredibly painful. So having the right electrolytes makes a difference. And one last thing I just want to say, look at the world we live in where great detail can be done with an MRI. We can see discs, we can see nerves, we can see edema, incredible quality. Here's the case where an X-ray is more valuable than an MRI to make the diagnosis of spasm because you actually can see the straightening of the Oreo cookies one on top of each other on an X-ray. But it's a negative study for an MRI. It's very interesting to me.
Doc, keeping on going here with some of these injuries around different sports, we are having a lot of conversations about the Lakers looking for a center. And the name that keeps coming up is Walker Kessler. But we've been warned by every NBA insider, ball knower, that restricted free agent center, not likely for the Lakers. However, he did have shoulder surgery last November. So is he going to be like fully healed and healthy? Because we always talk about that with Patrick Mahomes as an example. Give us an update on what Kessler might become.
Apparently he hurt his shoulder back when he was playing in college at Auburn, where he tore his labrum. What exactly does that mean? The shoulder's the most mobile joint in the body. Your knee doesn't go 180 degrees. Your shoulder can go. Just whip your arm around, and you can feel the incredible range of motion that the shoulder gives us. The only way that happens is you have a ball and socket joint, just like your hip joint. Many joints in our body are ball and socket joints. But the shoulder, the ball is big, but the socket is very shallow. Your hip joint, for example, is like a golf ball inside a coffee cup. The shoulder joint is a golf ball on a golf tee. It's very shallow, the socket. So what makes up for the stability for the shoulder so that you can have this great movement and yet be stable, there's a rubber ring that goes around the golf tee. That's the labrum. Walker Kessler tore that rubber ring around the golf tee so the golf ball can fall off the tee. We are very good in orthopedic surgery at fixing that problem so that it never happens again. So if they could get Walker Kessler as an orthopedic surgeon, green light. This guy's not going to have that issue forever, ever again.
All right, so let's talk about another guy the Lakers have been linked to potentially because Giannis just went to Miami. There's some chatter that deal will more than likely open up, much like the Kevin Durant deal did last year to Houston, where it ended up being several teams, in that case 7. Now, maybe it doesn't become 7 in this case, but the Lakers could potentially use some guys and some of these bodies that are available on either of these teams. Andrew Wiggins is a name they've been, linked to now, even going back to last season during the trade deadline. Andrew Wiggins is the kind of player they would need, who, in regards to their wing positions. He's a two-way player, plays good defense, is a good offensive player, still fairly youngish, still in his prime per se. I would call him an elite-level role player, okay? He has, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this correctly, sesamoiditis on his left big toe.
That sounds bad. I don't even know what it is, and it sounds horrible.
What does that
mean?
Right?
He missed, George, 8 games, February, March, because of this. This is not a turf toe. This is a bigger problem, in my opinion, because I just talked about Walker Kessler. He had a bad injury, but we are good at fixing it. We're not so good at fixing sesamoiditis. And what is sesamoiditis? Fascinating. I mean, the way the body works is just fascinating. If I filmed Scott Kaplan walking down the hallways at ESPN, we would watch as he walks, the first step, the leading foot, the heel makes contact, then it's midfoot, he's flat on the ground, and then to propel himself forward for the next step, it's called toe off. He's now pushing him to the next step. There's a moment in time where all of your weight, this sounds crazy, and you can do this with high-speed film, that all of your weight is on your big toe. Can you imagine that? Think of the amount of force that goes on that big toe. The body, recognizing that, has to give tremendous strength to that flexor tendon on the bottom of your foot to the big toe. And so what does it do? If you now, with your knees bent, if you're sitting, feel your kneecap. Your kneecap is a gigantic bone that is living inside the tendon. And for that reason, it's called a sesamoid bone. It's not like any other bone, like your femur, your tibia, your humerus, any of the other bones in the body. It's a bone that's inside a tendon to allow you to fight gravity to stand up. Well, your big toe and my big toe, all of our big toes, doesn't have just one mini kneecap in the flexor tendon to allow you to deal with this force, but God gave us 2 mini kneecaps in our flexor tendon, and that bone in that tendon is called the sesamoid. And when it gets microscopically torn and it rips, it's so painful, we call that sesamoiditis. And he has that in his left big toe. This is not something we're good at fixing. Wearing stiffer shoes can help, but surgery to remove that sesamoid bone is a nightmare. This is a bad injury. I would be very careful with Andrew Wiggins.
Oh, wow. All right. Hey, last thing, Doc. Soft tissue type injury.
Was that too much detail?
No, it was very good.
Great.
Sesamoiditis. Very good. I just thought it was my gnarly big toenail on my right toe, but no, it's much worse than that. Doc, we have an internal injury we have to deal with. Our very own Christopher Morales could barely make it up the hill as we go on our evening walk because we may have a calf injury. I'm looking at 4 to 6 weeks on Morales here, Doc.
So, Doc, the calf popped. I felt a little pop when I was playing golf a few weeks ago. I was on an incline at Black Gold, and I made the swing, and as I came through, I felt a little pop. And I've been icing it. I've been viewing the the different hyper ice thing that kind of vibrates it and massages it. But it's still, when I walk 3, 4, 5, 6 miles a day, it bothers me a little bit.
So tell me, give me a little more detail. Is it right side or left side?
Left side.
Left side. Is
Schwann's
it?
adjacent. Schwann's adjacent.
If you feel your left calf, Chris,
yeah,
is the pain on the big toe side of the calf or the little toe side of the calf?
It feels like big toe. That's why I said Schwann's adjacent.
That's right. Okay.
And it's at the bottom of the calf muscle. You know what I mean?
Right. That's the medial head of the gastroc.
Oh.
And you're so lucky that is your injury, because if that same injury occurs further down closer to your heel, you've got a ruptured Achilles tendon. Well, here's the wonderful thing about a tear to the medial head of the gastroc. There is, and if you flex your muscle, let's do the right side, which doesn't hurt, and you actually toes down, feel your calf, you'll feel 2 heads to the gastroc. There's a medial one, a big toe side, and then there's the lateral side. And it's a very common injury, when you tear the junction between the medial head of the gastroc muscle to that canvas-like material, which is the fascia before it becomes the Achilles tendon, the beautiful thing about this injury, Chris, is that always, 100%, the left side never tears. So you, in essence, have an internal splint because the other half of that construct is still intact. It never needs surgery. It always goes away. It doesn't become a chronic problem, but it needs to heal. Best way to make it heal, support stockings. You don't need it to go above your knee. A lot of vitamin C in your diet, which gives you good scar tissue to help heal.
Nice.
And it will eventually go away. You don't need physical therapy, and you don't even need medication for it. Just hang in there. It takes 3, 4, sometimes 6 weeks to heal.
See that?
It doesn't become a chronic problem. But you'll need to do stretching exercises for your other side, which can happen as well.
So Carlos Saisu comes back from paternity leave on Monday, July 6th. Should I have him walk on me and walk on that calf?
No. You can walk with him,
but
you need to do stretching exercise. Let me give you a stretching exercise.
Let's stretch that
Put
thing.
your toes, the balls of your feet on a step, for example, in the stairwell, and drop your calf, your heel below where the balls of your feet are. Stretch out your calf. That's the best stretching exercises that you can do to keep it elongated, and that way you won't have it rip again.
Should I roll the calf on the roller too?
You can do that, but I love the dropping the heel below the step exercise, and I love stretching, reaching on a wall and just stretching your calf back and forth. That would be awesome.
Now, Doc, I know you're an orthopedic surgeon at Cedars-Sinai, but you missed it earlier. You know, Bergie last week had hemorrhoids, and I don't know if you know any tips for hemorrhoids.
Yeah, all I remember is Brett. What was his name for the Kansas City Royals?
George Brett.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
George Brett. Oh, my God. It was the most painful thing you've ever seen. Yeah, no, it's terrible. And there's all kinds of creams that you can do to get them to shrink. But the bottom line is more fiber in your diet and you'll have less issues.
And tell him to drink water before he drinks coffee.
Lots of water.
Yeah, kids drinking coffee.
Yeah, you're going to get muscle cramp. You got to remember, I just gave you the Clapper vision of how your muscles work. You know, they glide. It's all about the electrolytes. Well, you need fiber in your diet, and then you won't have the hemorrhoids.
Yeah, he's scraping on the way out. It's no good, Doc.
Oh, yeah. It's bad. He's pushing hard.
The great Dr. Robert Clapper. The Weekend Warrior Show, Saturday morning, 7 a.m. right here on ESPN LA, presented by Cedars-Sinai. Doc, enjoy the rest of your vacay. We'll see you soon. We love you.
Thanks. Well, I love you too. Talk to you later. Bye.
Bye, Doc.
See you, Doc.
All right.
Telling him, I thought he would enjoy Schwann's and Jason. He did.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he got a good laugh out of that.
Yeah, I mean, he's not quite Geeter dirty boy, but it's up there.
No, Geeter. I mean, Geeter's. He was even out of control a little bit yesterday on Mason and Ireland.
He was?
Yeah, not to the thing, but he's like the other day when Johnny I and I were doing the live read, and we said suck on that tap, and he said just the tap, huh? And we just looked at him like, dude, calm down. We're doing an endorsement.
Yeah, endorsement integrity.
I mean, look what Dr. Dirty Boy started with Geeter.
Yeah,
right.
Like
3 testicles.
Yeah, and his Dr. Dirty Boy.
All right, 9:30 on a Thursday.
And his patient, the Dirty Boy.
Sedano and Kap Morning Show. We're going to do the Lindsay segment in just a moment. Coming up at around 9:45, 9:40. Dr. Monica Sanchez from Pico Rivera. Beto Duran's fan. She and Beto are friends, and that's how we got to know Dr. Monica. And she's on the city council for Pico Rivera this Saturday. We got the big Spirit Festival coming up in the city of Pico Rivera. I'm going to be there. Beto's going to be there. The great Alicia Lavalle. So we'll find out more info about that, how you could party in the city of Pico Rivera. But now, and by the way, still I think Funches is going to have his YouTube chat in 60 seconds. What happened? We just took a hit. Was that George?
Sounded like
no.
George.
That was a weird Comrex hit we just took.
It was.
No, that was Cappy.
Was that Cappy?
Really?
That was Cappy.
Yeah, the Russians keep getting Cappy. The Russians, I mean, they've planted their flag in San Diego.
Are your kids using all the pipe?
There's nobody here. I'm all by myself.
All right. Well, we like to play a TV theme for the Lindsay segment. Let's play this one. On this day in 1985, ABC's Monday Night Football began with a new lineup. The trio was Frank Gifford, Joe Namath, and O.J. Simpson. And this was the theme song. It wasn't as good as Dun 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 Dun, but they hadn't figured that out yet.
No. Wow.
O.J. only lasted like a year, right? I think.
Well, he went to NBC after that.
Yeah. He was better on the sideline. Him in the booth, it wasn't that great. Anyway, you can follow her at Lindsay Baseball on Twitter or Instagram. Don't forget about our partner and our sponsor of the Lindsay segment, Hernandez Wholesale Flooring. If you're in the market for new flooring, shop at Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, where every day is a deal, no gimmicks. Call 866-62-FLOOR or go to HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net. No sale beats wholesale. Take it away, producer Lindsay.
Thanks, Christopher. All right, so yesterday our theme of the Lindsay segment was a lot of like robot talk and Cappy getting mad at the robot delivery cars that he sees on the streets here in LA.
The guy ran into me the other day on the street. That little
Cap-
robot.
So Cappy, how do you feel about the like Tesla self-driving cars? Because an Orange County rideshare customer, he pulled out his phone and he filmed his Uber driver.
I mean, Lindsay, why are you completely covering your face? I mean, come on.
She is behind the computer. She doesn't want to be seen. I mean, people ask me all the time, like, what's up with Lindsay behind the computer? I'm like, hey, look, girl don't want to be seen. What can I tell
I'm
you?
reading my computer. I got to put my computer here to read it.
Oh, okay.
Going blind, I got to get my VisionWorks glasses out. Left them at home. So anyway, an Orange County rideshare customer started filming his Uber driver because he was appearing to nap behind the wheel of a Tesla that was cruising down the 405. So the customer says that he reported it to Uber, but he was told he would never find out if anything came of it. He also sent the video to the OC Sheriff's Department, which they declined to take it because the deputies did not witness the driver asleep themselves.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Tesla said that anyone using the full self-driving mode has to stay alert and ready to take over at any second, and these sleeper driving videos keep popping up. So if this were you and your Uber driver was in a self-driving Tesla and they started to nod off, would you say something?
Oh, I'd be pissed.
Would you report them to Uber or the police, Cappy?
Not to the police. I would try to report them to Uber, but of course I would have such a hard time using the app. Like sometimes when I order an Uber and then I realize, oh, wait, you know what? I shouldn't do that. I got to cancel. I have a hard time finding how to cancel. Or if I'm in an Uber.
You have a hard time finding out how to cancel?
Yeah, it's always like a headache. Like they don't make it obvious for you.
Just hit the cancel button.
No, there's no cancel button.
Yes,
you got to find.
No, if you hit the 3 little dots.
There you go.
Right?
The 3 dots. The 3 dots.
I cancel
First, you got to find
all the time.
them. Okay. The other thing is when you're in an Uber and let's say you want to change where you're going and now you got to figure out how to find that inside the app. So the likelihood of me reporting to the police, very low. But me tapping the guy on the shoulder like, yo, bro, wake up. Although, on the other hand, can I ask you guys a question? We've all ridden in Waymos thus far. So what does it matter if it's a self-driving Tesla with a sleeping driver or if it's no driver at all?
Well, because it's not a Waymo.
Right, but it is
It's
a
not-
self-driving vehicle.
But it like I said, Tesla said that you need to be alert and ready to take the
Yeah,
wheel at any
they
second.
actually want you to tap the steering wheel to know that you're awake. Yeah,
tap that
just
thing.
in case it malfunctions.
Can I ask everybody this question, though? Like, if people are falling asleep behind self-driving Teslas, that's
But they're
one
not,
issue.
They're not fully self-driving, though. Like, you
Okay,
need
no,
to,
right.
you know, it's not
Yeah.
a Waymo.
Here's my question for you, though. Anybody know anybody who has a Tesla that will drink and go, yeah, but I'm not driving. I mean, it's a
No, I
self-driving
don't
vehicle.
know somebody.
Sounds
that-
like a
What?
bad idea.
No,
Oh,
that's
no.
a terrible
Yeah.
idea.
No, I do. I know a buddy of mine.
Yeah, I'm sure you do.
There's a
Yeah.
shot.
Down in
There's a
San
shot.
Diego, all those crazy ass rich people.
I mean, you're on your phone the whole time, so it's not much different.
Right, I got this
Well,
buddy of mine.
I mean, it's a lot different, but okay.
He drank, but he drank booze. And then I'm like, well, what are you going to do? He's like, I got a self-driving Tesla. I mean, that
that's a
seems
really
scary.
bad. That sounds like a terrible, terrible idea, and that guy
Seems
should
scary.
probably like reevaluate his decision on that. Like, that doesn't sound like a good idea.
I'll get a hold of him immediately.
And you were in the car with him?
No, sir.
You
No,
also
sir.
may want to tell that friend, as the sober person here,
Yeah.
maybe get to a meeting, because if you need it that bad, I was there once. Yeah, no, you just don't need to. You can't wait
Yeah,
till you
what's
get out
the
of the
point?
car.
If you want to drink that bad, just get an Uber or a Waymo. In this
It was
case.
a bad decision.
Yeah, it was.
You think?
It's probably safer, though, than drinking and driving when you're drinking and self-driving.
No, because you're I'm not gonna. Yeah, it's not a good idea. No, don't do
Not
it.
a good deal.
Yeah.
No. Either way, Cappy.
Tell
Nope, not
Cappy, tell this guy he's a scumbag and a gutless bum.
How about a skivozo?
And a skivozo. He's
okay,
that too.
Okay, that's like my favorite word now in life.
Esquivoso.
Schwanz is number 2, by the way.
What else you got, Linz?
You have strange friends.
You just
You
figuring
really
that
do.
out? By the way, Beto, even though he was nice on the air the other day, he asked me yesterday out in the hallway. He's like, man, I didn't get real about Cappy's friends. I go, yeah. They're definitely down to like party. You know what I mean? I go, oh, yeah. Everybody puts their keys in the bowl and we pick out things. Like, it's fine.
It's true.
All right, so a Pennsylvania lawmaker has introduced a bill that would require all smart glasses manufactured, sold, or used in the state to have a visible light that tells people nearby when they're recording. So, you've got like the Ray-Ban Meta glasses. I know
Right.
Kylie Jenner just announced that she's doing some Meta glasses or some of the whatever they are. And right now, the Meta glasses do have a light that shows when you're capturing video. It's like an LED green light, but there's no law like requiring it or preventing people from disabling it. So this proposed bill would make that indicator light a legal requirement. And if you violate it, that means you're recording someone without their knowledge. Do you think that, like, I guess you already assume when you go out in public that you're always being recorded? Or,
Oh, yeah, 100%. I never assume I'm not being recorded.
Okay, so do you guys think that like this should be a law as far as these smart glasses go?
No, I
recording
think there
people?
should be. There should be. It makes sense. Although they, to your point, if someone disables it, I mean that to me already it shows nefarious actions. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're willing to disable the thing, like why are you disabling it? Like what are you going to be up to? What are you scheming that you need to disable that feature of the thing? So
Yeah.
Cappy seems like a guy that would disable it,
But what about the people though that wear them when they're going into like, restaurants or like the gym or like the locker rooms? Like, I don't know. That just
That
seems
sounds
like a
more
very
like
yeah, well,
Ireland,
especially in
yeah.
the locker room, like you don't want that.
That sounds more like John Ireland. He likes to watch.
People physically undressing is not.
What if I'm a sicko that likes to watch?
Well,
I just feel like
yeah.
that's a weird. It's a weird
look,
thing.
I think that look, we're in a very strange time where technology is taking over in a way that I think is too fast for most people. And yes, I think that we need to have a certain level of guardrails when it comes to this stuff. Yes.
Remember, I told you I get caught up in that rabbit hole of videos where people call themselves journalists and they're standing on the side of the street and they're just recording people just to provoke people. And that just irritates the ever-living hell out of me. And then what happens is when somebody really gets pissed and they start fighting with the person who's holding the camera, what do? I'm calling the police. You assaulted me. It's like, hey, bro, get your freaking camera out of my face, okay? You're trying to start a fight. People who have these glasses on and they don't tell other people and they're recording them, it is such an invasion of people's privacy, So I like the idea. Like, you got to let me know that you're recording.
I just always assume that someone is recording something. Like,
Oh,
you know
I
what
agree with you.
especially in public places.
Yeah, like everything you do is going to be recorded. Right. There's going to be a camera somewhere on the street corner. So if some stuff goes down, there is video.
Cappy, you should start recording our downtown LA walks when you get all freaked out.
It's not a terrible idea. It really isn't. Yeah.
So
I mean,
people
George,
can see how you get freaked out.
George, the jungle that is downtown LA and Mia Morales are just two big bears just walking the streets and just part of what's going on. We are just part of the festivities.
Listen, nothing wrong with two bears walking the streets, man.
In fact, we ran into two furries the other day on the streets.
It's actually true.
Totally true. Two furries on the streets. And we're like, yo, what's up, furries?
Is there a convention going on? Or
I don't know. They were just, one was dressed as a skunk and the other one was a wolf.
Yeah. I don't know what was going to happen
Well,
there.
speaking of the downtown LA
I wonder if
jungle.
one sprayed the other.
Yeah.
That was at East Central later.
Did he spit on him?
I got a story in tomorrow's Lindsay segment. Oh, wait, you won't be here. I got a story Monday.
Yeah, none of us are going to be here tomorrow.
Monday Lindsay segment about the downtown LA jungle, Cappy. So stay tuned
Tomorrow
for that.
is Beto and Trudell, right?
Yep.
Beto, Trudell, Lindsay, and Kasim. And
Oh,
that's
that's
it.
going to be
That
awesome.
brother Kasim.
That brother Kasim's going to rock
Hey,
it
you know,
tomorrow.
Dr. Clapper got me thinking. I need some electrolytes. I'll be right back. Give me 30 seconds.
Really?
All right. Well, we're getting ready for Dr. Monica Sanchez from Pico Rivera to join us. Let me remind you, tonight is the night that Beto Duran and I are going to
That's my
share
favorite
that
song.
We're going to share that churro tonight at Mercado Gonzalez in Costa Mesa as the U.S. takes on Turkey A, starting at 5 p.m. and leading up to the 7 p.m. kickoff. Enjoy drink specials, surprise giveaways, incredible food, and nonstop match day energy. Rock your team colors and cheer with your fellow fans tonight, all night long at Mercado Gonzalez in Costa Mesa, where every match tastes better. So we're going to be in Costa Mesa tonight, and then Saturday, Cap, you know where we're going to be.
Let's take a trip down William Boulevard.
Beto and I and the ESPN LA team, we're going to be in Pico Rivera right there on Whittier Boulevard, celebrating as the World Cup fever joins. It is the World Spirit Festival, the city of Pico Rivera. It starts tomorrow. Saturday, Beto's going to drop by, the great Alicia Valle, and Dr. Monica Sanchez is going to be there. She's on the city council. As you like to call her back in the day, Cappy, mayor. I think she was the mayor. Now she's on the city council. Dr. Monica Sanchez joins us now on the Sedano and Kap morning show. Dr. Sanchez, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Oh, we're beautiful. We're getting ready for Saturday in Pico Rivera. Going to be a party to celebrate the World Cup. Now, unfortunately for you, the reason you're part of our ESPN LA family is because you're very good friends with Beto Duran, right?
Yes, thank you for having me. I love being part of your family.
Now, do you
I'm a Cal Bear, too. I'm a Bear as
And
well.
you're a UCLA Bruin.
Yes, right. I'm Bear all around.
Well, there's nothing wrong with Bears. It's okay. Cappy and I sometimes are Bears.
Yeah, we just walk the streets like two big bears. You know, we're just out there doing our thing, Dr. Sanchez. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, well, be sure that's my advice. Bring your walking shoes when you come out to Pico Rivera for our World Spirit Festival. It's going to be open streets, a lot of walking, carnival rides, soccer games, tons of fun. Beer gardens, you can bear around here. All day long.
And Saturday, there's going to be
days in a row.
There's going to be a great car show, right? Saturday.
Correct. Saturday is the car show. Starts. Actually, we start tonight for me, but no, the actual festival tonight. I'm going to watch the USA game. As you know, I'm super excited. We don't actually start the Spirit Festival until Saturday at noon. We're going to have a car show that's going to be on Whittier Boulevard, the corner of Whittier and Durfee. And that's sponsored by Tommy's Burger. If you know where that is, that's where we're going to be. It's so excited on Saturday where we had a lot of lowriders come out and do some videos, classic cars. It's actually sold out in terms of the space. So you can't just come and roll in. It's going to be streets are closed to the public for driving anyway.
Yeah, you can't
But
just roll up your
walk in.
lowrider, but you can walk in and see all the cars, right?
Correct. Pre-registration was required. We have almost, I think, 100 vehicles that are classic cars and lowriders that have already registered. So you cannot just roll in with your lowrider, unfortunately.
Now, we're excited because the city of Pico Rivera, it gets a lot of play on this show, especially when Beto's here on the show because, of course, Alicia Valle, friend of the station, is from Pico Rivera. And one of my favorite restaurants in the city of Los Angeles and the entire Southland, the Del Rey is in Pico Rivera. And we keep telling Cappy he's got to come experience the Del Rey, one of the best steakhouses in Southern California.
Oh, that's a must. That's where I'm going to be watching the USA game tonight.
Oh, really?
So I don't know if you knew or your fans know, but Cristiano Roldan is a USA team member. We're cheering him on tonight. I'm wearing my Mexico today, but I'm actually cheering on Cristiano Roldan. He went to El Rancho High School,
right?
And he's playing in the USA World Cup. So I don't exactly follow only teams. I'm Mexican American, but I follow the players, and we're super excited. He's our hometown soccer hero right now. And I was reading an article, and you tell me more about this, but he's the only, I think, player on the world stage right now that played on his actual high school soccer team. He played at El Rancho High School.
Yes, you're exactly right. Every one of these guys who plays on the U.S. men's national team, not one of them played high school soccer. Well, except the one we're talking about. Because what happens is by the time you're like 13, 14 years old and you've been identified as a development academy type talent, that means once you're in the development academy, you can't play on your high school soccer team. But this young man that you're talking about, he wanted to play with his big brother. He wanted to play with all of his friends. And he did something that he's one of one. Because if there are 25 guys, let's say, on the U.S. men's national team, every one of those guys, Monica, went to the development academy. And he's the only guy who made it through high school soccer. And it's an important thing because back in the day, high school soccer used to be really important. But now everybody gets recruited out of their clubs, and high school soccer is not the quality soccer that it once was. But this young man did it. So I'm glad you know that story. It's a great story.
Yeah, and he's a great kid. I got to meet the family. I was mayor in 2022, and I've been on the city council for 7 years. And they have a foundation, the Roldan Foundation, so they helped to build a small mini pitch soccer field here at Pico Park, which we're going to have open. The kids can play. And so I think it's really important to have these stories, share these stories about local hometown heroes that, it's more than a soccer game. It's a dream for kids, and keep playing the sport. And then we know that very few make it to the world stage, but even if they go on to college and get a college scholarship, that's what we want to keep inspiring them to be athletes and also don't forget their hometown and give back to their hometown.
Absolutely right.
No question about it. Now, I want to know, Doctor, what the favorite choice for a meal, like say lunch, right, at the Del Rey is, because I've had the baseball sandwich there. Cappy, this is all up your alley right here.
Okay, let me hear about it.
Turkey, prime rib, corned beef. Okay.
Ooh.
All right. Jack cheese, hot mustard, Thousand Island dressing on rye bread. That's right up your alley.
My God, that sounds so good.
Yeah.
That sounds so good. Doctor, at that point, I break out my cholesterol medication immediately, and I actually have it in advance.
I love the fish, actually. I know it's known as being a steakhouse, but the Chilean sea bass and their fish is delicious. Yeah. You can also, the branzino, you can also have it charred or grilled versus just all of that sauce, so that might help your blood pressure and your cholesterol. They also have a avocado toast with sashimi. So if you like sashimi,
with the ahi
that's
tuna,
an appetizer that I love. It's really good.
Dr. Monica Sanchez,
not too bad for you.
Part of the City Council of Pico Rivera. It's coming up this weekend. ESPN LA Summer of Soccer is hit in Pico Rivera, Whittier Boulevard. The World Spirit Festival with Pico Rivera. We're going to be there Saturday, noon to 7 p.m. Beto's going to drop by. Alicia Navalle. Follow at PR_WSF for details on social media. Also, just do a Google search. Pico Rivera World Spirit Festival. You'll get all the details on everything going down Friday and Saturday in the city of Pico Rivera. We're taking it to the streets, Monica, and we love Pico Rivera.
Correct.
We were so happy to be there on Saturday afternoon and support what's going on in the community, the World Spirit Festival. Thank you so much for being a friend of ESPN LA and being a friend of Beto Duran. He doesn't, I know he's a tough guy to get along with sometimes, but we love Beto.
Love him.
Yes, and go have a beer. I forgot to mention Brujeria. They're going to have a micro brew fest on Saturday. That's going to be 8 different breweries that came. Brujeria is a local Latino-owned brewery. They have different Latino-themed beer, like one that's made out of Jamaica called Como la Flor. A really awesome, unique, if you like beer, you can start there and have a beer. I also need to give a shout-out to one of your interns, one of our friends, part of the family, Frankie D. Fresh.
Oh, yes.
I met him through the California Contract Cities, that's his real job,
Right.
And the radio is his hobby, I guess, but his aspiration. So he's a great guy. We have a great family of friends out there.
Awesome, Monica. Well, we look forward to seeing you Saturday. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me, and thank you. Good luck, guys. Have fun.
Beautiful. We'll see you Saturday.
USA. Let's get a win tonight, Doc.
Saturday in the city of Pico Rivera. We'll be out there, the World Spirit Festival, right there on Whittier Boulevard. All right, is Funchy going to come in and do his 60-second recap to the YouTube chat? I saw him, right? Where is he? Come on, Funchy.
George, I'm looking at that baseball sandwich on the menu. Oh, my God.
I told you.
I mean, that would take a lot of courage to order, but man, I'd like to try that. Turkey, prime rib, corned beef, Anaheim chili, jack cheese, hot mustard, Thousand Island dressing on rye bread. Oh my God, does that sound good?
Yeah.
You know what else sounds good, George?
The food at Del Rey is amazing.
Yeah, the 2-napkin gourmet burger, Wagyu with cheddar cheese, grilled onions on a brioche bun. You need 2 napkins for that one.
Yeah, just like you need 2 hands for the Whopper sometimes. You know what I mean?
I do.
All right, he's in place now. The great Funchy Leva.
Time for Funchy. Michael Funches.
To give us this morning's YouTube chat in 60 seconds, Michael Funches.
Go ahead, Funchy.
All right, guys. A lot of talk on Mateo, on him growing the same height as Trudeau.
That's not nice.
Oh, that's going in a promo. So Trudell can hear it all the time. Oh, yeah.
And you know what? Trudell was so mad at me about all the comments in the room the other day that I said on the air. I'm like, I'm not saying this. I'm just saying what the people were saying. Like, literally off the air, he got mad at me. So I'm sorry, Trudell. Yes, people are saying Mateo and you are the same height. Yes. And just one more thing, and just let me get serious right now, man.
You want me to kill the bat?
By the way, can I add one thing?
What's that?
We went to go watch Jet and Talon play baseball the other day, and Mateo and Trudell going back and forth was funny to watch. All kidding aside, I did not see if Mateo was close enough height-wise. But sitting next to each other at the ball game, a lot of interesting ball knower chatter.
Oh, I have no doubt Mateo could rough up Trudell, even at his young age.
I would love to see Mateo wrestle Trudell.
Oh, yeah.
And just pin him to the ground, no problem.
If Mateo lowers his shoulder, he's taking Trudell right out.
Make him say, Uncle.
Oh, so you said you wanted to get serious, Funches?
I do want to get serious. Now, there's this one guy in the chat room. I'm not going to say his name because I don't want to give him attention and I don't want to make him famous. But we know who you are. Now, you come around saying some stuff around us about Morales. He's disgusting. He's fat. Bergman, he's an idiot. I'm an idiot. He said F Funches today on the chat room.
Okay. He said F Funches?
He said F Funches in the chat room.
Nah.
But what he did today was probably a cardinal sin.
What'd he do?
Oh, no. He said Sedano doesn't have huevos.
Well, that's not true.
What do you mean he doesn't have huevos?
He doesn't have huevos.
I don't have balls about what, though?
I don't know.
I thought huevos were eggs.
Is this the one guy who spends the whole day in every chat?
Yes, and has multiple names.
Oh,
you
it's
time him out. Don't say his name. Don't say his name.
Yeah, but everybody, why would you? So here's the one thing.
What?
We've called him out before.
Yeah.
But he's got something to say negative about every person.
Everybody.
And everybody in the chat. And there's a lot of miscreants in the chat.
Yes.
They all hate him, too.
Yes. So I don't want to say his name on the air.
It's meta.
Yeah, it's meta. The Mijoton.
Oh, Mijoton.
I'm not saying him.
Come on.
Nobody
takes Mijoton
I'm coming
seriously.
for you, Meta. I'm coming for you, baby.
I just don't even understand one thing, though, Funch. Is his name in the chat Meta? Because everybody's talking about him, and I never know who he is.
It used to be. It said Meta at first, but then now he has like 7 different burners.
Oh.
Yeah. So now he's
pays
Enrique.
attention to Mijoton. He just needs a little. That's the problem. He needs the attention.
I'm coming for you, man.
You know what they say, Funch? They say hurt people hurt people. So clearly the guy's got some. Clearly someone hurt him here. So.
Oh, don't say that.
Well,
Pichi Meta.
Yeah.
Now
PJ Meta.
Well, Meta, stop talking about us. You can stay in the chat room.
What do you mean stop talking about us?
Yeah, just stop.
He's doing what we do.
No, he is like being like really nasty sometimes. Man.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I just wish I knew who he was.
The only person he says nothing about is you, Cappy.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, really? That's odd.
Maybe it's me.
Yeah,
maybe it's Justin.
Yeah, maybe it is. Maybe it's my son.
Is it his son, Justin?
Yeah.
Oh, that would make sense.
I remember when Justin used to DM me from a burner back when we were doing afternoons, and it was very clearly him because he's like, Cappy carries this show. Sedano sucks.
Oh, my God.
He doesn't
Are
know
you
anything.
serious?
Yeah. And I'd be like, hi, Justin, how are you? Then he'd go silent for like a month. Then he'd come back like, why is this show? There's so much of Sedano. Scott Kaplan's a legend, blah, 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 blah.
Oh,
Like,
my
all right.
God. Well, stop being nasty to us,
That's
man.
meta. That's my
But
son
that's
meta.
that's his shtick, not Sedano's or Cappy's
But don't
son.
go too far, man, all right?
But here's the thing. Here's why they go too far.
What's that?
They want us to mention them.
That's what I'm saying. We're mentioning him on the air right now. That's
Right.
why I don't want to say his name.
Well, it's okay.
But leave
Whatever.
Meta alone. He's fine.
He's obviously kind of a pathetic human being if that's what you spend your whole day with. So
I don't
that's
know about
fine.
that. I wouldn't go that far. I just think that, he likes attention. It's okay.
Yeah,
He's like a
I'm coming
child.
for him like the ultimate
Por
warrior did
eso.
for Hogan.
Pobrecito mijo tongs.
I mean, if you have 9 hours a day to spend in a radio station YouTube chat, like every show, the moment it starts, it's okay. It's fine. We appreciate it. Like, honestly.
But we've birthed a lot of weirdos.
That is true.
In the chat, and we've birthed a lot of them in the previous circle of trust. There's a bunch of whack jobs out there. Seriously. And I'm like the guy who thinks everybody's normal, so like we get done with like appearances and live broadcasts, and I sit around and hang out with all these people.
And then give them your phone number.
And then only to find out that they're a bunch of nut jobs.
And then they all turn on you.
Yeah, right.
Call you at 4 o'clock in the morning.
I mean, you also gave them your number. You're also kind of a doofus.
Right. No, 100%. Completely my fault. No, in fact, now everybody asks me for my phone number. Now I feel bad about saying, nah, I don't give it out anymore.
You need 2 phones.
I do need a second phone.
Meta does like Emily.
Oh, really?
There you go.
Well, that's the oddest.
At least you like somebody.
That's the oddest turn I've ever seen. Because
He
usually
likes Emily.
Emily
Listen,
takes a lot
I
of
love
crap.
Emily.
Oh, me too. But usually Emily takes a lot of crap in the YouTube chat.
I know.
During Mason in Ireland, all these people think that Mason is like a sports genius. He knows nothing, first of all. And they hate Ireland. They hate Emily. They like Brian Cohen because Brian is cool. He's just laid
You
back.
can't hate him.
Brian is like a sweetheart.
And of course, they somehow work Bergie and I into hating us too.
I don't even know how.
It's just hilarious. Yeah.
Listen, I love Emily. I told you, Emily is 1A, 1B with Marcus on my smart people rankings here at the station.
Oh, wow. 1A and 1B, huh?
Yeah.
I don't know if Marcus is as smart as you guys give him credit for.
He's a very smart man.
He's pretty damn smart, that Marcus.
Come on, Marcus. Produce some
He's
numbers
clever,
for
too.
me. Oh, clever he may
clever.
be.
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
Be very laid back too, which is great for radio. But
Hey, are we almost done here? Don't you got to do the calendar thing and Cappy's
I
thing?
told you could leave at 9:40. First of all, so don't yell at me.
Well, you didn't tell me that.
Yes, I did. It's in an email this
Well,
morning.
I wanted to talk to the doc about the Delray.
At 5 a.m. And I texted and said, "Hey, Cap, check the email."
Yeah, I actually was surprised. I was like, wait, why are you telling Sedano he can bounce out at 9:40?
Because
What's
I
that all
knew
about?
he was going to say this stuff. And it's
About-
my final
Say
day.
what
I'm not
stuff?
I'm
I
not-
wanted to talk to the doc.
that you wanted to leave early. That's why, because we got stuff.
Oh, no. I mean, it's just the calendar thing. It's already 57. Let's go. Let's.
But this
speed
is my
up.
last show till Tuesday. I want to
Oh, really?
stretch it out. Yeah,
Nothing
I'm taking
on Monday?
No, I'm taking Monday off.
Me too. I'm taking Monday off, too.
That's fine.
Me
Time
too.
for
I'm
the-
not coming back till Wednesdays.
All right, beautiful. Time for
Oh,
the don't
wonderful.
sweat, the small stuff. Calendar of the day. Hey, I got to prepare. I got to rest up for Summer of Schwanz. Thursday, June 25th, 2026. Let it go already. Relationships can be challenging enough without the added burden of keeping past issues alive and vibrant in your mind. So just let it go. So like Cappy, you're always hung up on your ex-wife. Let it go, Jack. So she took a lot of money from you.
Not a lot, all. Which wasn't a lot, but it was all.
No, it was a lot.
It was all of
Don't
it.
pretend.
No, it wasn't a lot, but it was all of it.
You own horses with
Well.
gold schwans.
The horse.
Time for the Dealer's Choice Real Deal, thanks to Seller's Advantage. Want to sell your house before you call an agent? Call Seller's Advantage. They'll buy it as is with a competitive cash offer. No repairs needed. They make selling easy. Call 888-390-AS-IS for a no-obligation offer or visit sellersadvantage.com. Providence Realty, DRE 0191-5212. Cappy.
Yeah. Hey, George. Speaking of having horses, guess who we just did a deal with?
The horse.
George, you're gonna love this. And these guys are going to make it onto the radio this summer during the Summer of Schwanz.
Oh, great.
You're not going to believe this. We just did a 7-horse trade.
Wait a second. 7 horse. You do trades? Horse trades?
Well, these guys wanted some more action because they only had a few horses, and we wanted to kind of jump into some of their high-end horses. So
Okay.
before you knew it, there was a 7-horse trade going on between
Wow.
us. And you ready for this, George?
Yeah, you guys were horsing around.
Yeah. Listen, I'm now partners.
crazy? Yeah, we're just a couple of guys messing around. That's what we are.
I'm now partners with Lil Wayne and Lil Yachty.
Oh, boy.
Wow.
George, by the end of the summer,
Little Tanucci.
my goal is to have Lil Wayne and Lil Yachty on the show, and I want to be renamed for the summer Lil Cappy.
Now does NBA young boy like horses too? Because he's like the hottest thing in music right now.
I don't know about young boy, okay, but I know about old man. And old man is now in business with Lil Wayne and Lil Yachty.
Cappy, did you know that the Cole Lake, Minnesota drop is Lil Yachty?
I did not, but you see the whole point of this conversation, Linz.
That's why I was laughing.
Yeah, pre Lil Wayne and Lil Yachty coming on the show, because when we did this deal, I said, guys, I want you to be on the air with me and Sedano and the whole crew, right? They're down. I'm with it.
I saw Lil Yachty in concert twice.
I gotta sound smart by the time Lil Yachty and Lil Wayne show up, because I don't want them to be like, okay, Mr. Middle-aged old white guy who doesn't know our music. I want to have it all. I want to know the entire catalog
Lil Wayne's
for both.
collection is pretty vast. Like, you've heard most of those songs.
Yeah, give me one.
You can call him Lil Tanucci, too.
Well, I mean, just if you tell me, then it'll jog my memory, but I don't know,
but you're not going to know any of the
Milli,
titles. You're going to know the
Milli.
music when we play it.
You know the
well, then-
Milli song, Cap.
We got to start playing some Lil Wayne and Lil Yachty.
We play Lil Wayne a lot.
Oh, well, we got to start doing that more and
How
identifying.
about Fireman? Fireman.
Oh, Fireman. Fireman shows up at the fire. Fireman shoots the water. That one?
No.
Lil Wayne and I.
Fireman drives the truck.
Back in the day, Lil Wayne and I had a similar contact in our phone.
Oh, yeah? Who was that?
We called her Maserati.
How about Lollipop?
Like a lollipop.
That's because she delivered in a Maserati.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You guys beat
Cappy,
her
you
back
know
in the
these
day?
songs. Oh, you know the Ballers song. You know that song.
We just played it the other day. That's Lil Wayne.
Yeah, Ballers. Listen, I'm gonna this weekend. I'm gonna catch up.
You've never heard a Lil Yachty song, but you've absolutely heard a bunch of Lil Wayne songs.
Okay. Well, I'm catching up this week because George.
Are you gonna let Lil Wayne know about the Schwans?
100%. I'm gonna bring him in during the summer of Schwans.
He needs to cut liners. What's up? It's Lil Wayne. This is the summer of Schwans.
Wasn't Lil Yachty on WWE for a minute too?
Yep, he was. He's coming back, rumored to be.
Well, George, just so you know, this summer we are going to be down with Lil Wayne and Lil Yachty, and we're going to be in the horse racing game with them young brothers.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
All right, everyone.
Maybe you'll get to Saratoga next year.
Perhaps. It's a good idea.
By the way, you know Barstool has some sort of Saratoga bit. I got like an email with all this merch yesterday, like Saratoga merch, and Barstool's doing it.
Well, you know, Portnoy is like super into horse racing.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, and Saratoga is like, you know, the East Coast track. You know, it's comparable to Santa Anita or Del Mar. What we have. Yeah.
Oh, nice. All right, it's 10:02 here. Let's get out of here.
All right, I'll see you at Northgate Mercado with Beto tonight. I'll be in Pico Rivera Saturday, but I ain't going to be back on this show till Tuesday.
I'll see you Wednesday.
Yeah, have a great day, everyone. Have a great weekend.
See you Monday.
See you Wednesday, everybody.
Enjoy your Thursday, Jack.